Good to Go Pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
What burning questions do you have? You can help drive the conversation by going to mynorthwest.com or text Choke Points to 888-973-5476.
Tuesdays and Thursdays on Seattle's Morning News.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For them, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Cammie McCormick. In the Texas redistricting battle, Republican Senator John Cornyn says federal officials will help track down missing Democrats. Trevor Sahaki reports from Dallas.
He says that the FBI is now going to get involved with the search for those Texas House Democrats that left the state house earlier this week and are now holed up in places like Illinois, New York, Massachusetts. Earlier this week, Senator Cornyn called on the FBI. He asked the FBI Director Kash Patel to help out with the location and bringing those Texas House Democrats back.
There is a shakeup at the FBI. A senior official who was acting director in the first weeks of the Trump administration is out. Brian Driscoll resisted demands to turn over the names of agents who participated in the Capitol riot investigations. He's one of 3 exits, as our Pat Milton reports.
The other agents being forced out include Steve Jensen, head of the FBI Washington field office, who worked on January 6 investigations, and Walter Giardino, who played a role in Trump-related probes. No specific reason was given for the terminations. More are expected.
The federal government's bringing federal hate crime charges against the suspect accused of killing 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington back in May. Jeanine Pirro, the top federal prosecutor in D.C., spoke today about an increased federal law enforcement presence in the nation's capital.
Both the Trump administration as well as the Metropolitan Police Department are looking to increase law enforcement efforts because of the violence we're seeing across this country, across this city.
President Trump officially began levying higher import taxes on dozens of countries today. When will American consumers feel the pinch? CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
It's likely going to take a couple of months because, remember, we're just starting to see the impact of these higher prices on the inflation rate. And these are tariffs going back to March and April. So it takes a little bit of time in terms of how much. It's also going to be how much the companies tried to absorb.
2 people died when a helicopter crashed into a barge on the Mississippi River in Illinois.
All you seen was a fiery ball, and it came, across and landed on this Missouri side barge that was staged up here waiting to go through the lock.
The 2 killed were aboard the aircraft. There are no other reported injuries. President Trump is recognizing nearly 100 past recipients of the Purple Heart at the White House today. That includes several service members who gave him their own medals following the attempt on his life back in Butler, Pennsylvania. On Wall Street today, investors have been following the developments in the trade war. The Dow currently off 280 points. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's going to get even more expensive to ride a ferry in Washington. We'll tell you why. But first, Lori Hardy has your KIRO News Radio traffic.
Oh, Jillian, it is a terrible drive into Seattle if you're heading in from Linwood to Seattle, actually. It's a 38-minute delay. An earlier collision at I-90 didn't help matters. It looks like that's cleared off, but it's about an hour, 6 minutes total to get into Seattle. SeaTac to Seattle, southbound I-5, about an 8-minute delay. 520 is slowing westbound, approaching 405, and then Seattle to Bellevue to Seattle. Or let's see, the reverse direction, Seattle to Bellevue, eastbound 520 is about a 2-minute delay. Now, it's a speed limit drive on I-90, but Linwood to Bellevue, 35 minutes extra on southbound 405. And it has been a really tough drive, so be kind and let others merge. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. Primary voters have spoken, and the race to November is going to be intense. Some of the most competitive races in our region have surprised longtime political operatives by skewing far to the left. In the race for Seattle Mayor, progressive candidate Katie Wilson beat incumbent Mayor Bruce Harrell by 4.5 points. In the race for Seattle City Attorney Erica Evans, a progressive challenger with a lot of money backing her, beat conservative incumbent Ann Davison by 18 points. And in all 3 city council races in Seattle, progressive candidates focused on affordable housing and homelessness won their races. Both mayoral candidates in Tacoma and Everett now include progressive candidates. Find more depth and analysis on mynorthwest.com. Still no arrests in a shooting inside the ER at Tacoma's multi-care Allen Moore Hospital last night. One woman was shot. Her boyfriend apparently shielded her and died.
I know that she's pretty shaken up because her boyfriend, I guess, pushed her out of the way. And so she just watched him get shot pretty bad, So I'm more worried about her mental and emotional state right now more than anything.
That's her uncle, Paige Hazel, speaking to KIRO 7 TV. Get ready to pay more to ride a Washington State ferry, 3% more starting October 1st. James Restucci is vice chair of the Washington State Transportation Commission and says it's the only way to meet revenue goals set by lawmakers.
Unfortunately, we are an animal of the legislature. We were created by the legislature, and we have to do the bidding of the legislature. When they direct us to do something, we have no choice in the matter.
Another 3% rate hike is set for May. And get this, they also signed off on a summer season surcharge of 35%. Let's get the weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We are only going to have a high of about 69 degrees today. Staying dry tomorrow, partly cloudy, 73 degrees, cloudy by Saturday, and 76. It's 62 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Happy Thursday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, how you doing, buddy?
Great, man. Happy Thursday to you.
Lots of great stuff to talk about
Yes, there is.
today.
The city just keeps giving us gold.
Man, just
We have to
giving
dig.
it up.
We have to dig for it, but it's there.
It's literally just being
They're
dropped
throwing
in
us
our
at
laps.
us. They're
Yeah.
throwing at us today.
We're going to get into first things first in just a second, but I do want to comment on something I heard in the news break. Jillian's news break about traffic.
Yeah.
Today was a rough one. Today was rough.
It was.
2+ hours for me in the car. No fun. Didn't like it. How was your drive in?
Much more congested than I expected because there had been this gradual improving of the month from hell as we're now into almost the final quarter of the month from hell. But today
Hopefully.
I
hope they're on time.
Oh, why did you say it out loud?
Please let them be on time.
Today was almost a return to the very first. Remember that first morning morning of unbelievable congestion. I really came to dead stop. I needed a sweater at the wheel today
because you were so.
I was just dead stopped. Finished a couple books on tapes, got out the needles. Made you a lovely turtleneck.
Had a bowl of cereal.
Yeah,
driving.
Put my makeup on. All the things you do while you're dead stopped.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
I can tell.
I had the time.
Yeah.
I had the time to do the work.
And it shows.
And Lori, I want to thank Lori for just letting people know if we merge
Yes.
with respect to each other, some common sense merging.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, it's just nice.
That's how zippers work, people. When you try to just block out the other half of the zipper, you end up walking around with you flying down all day.
I had an experience yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday you were kind of verklempt, if I may use the vernacular.
I turned a bad situation into a good situation. So
There you
somebody
go.
didn't let me merge. I was trying to exit on a lane that I thought would be faster if I took side streets.
Gotcha.
Somebody didn't let me merge, and so I waited for them to pass. I actually tried to make eye contact with them just to be like, hey,
No, I love how people get
we're human
get
beings.
neck injuries immediately and can't turn their head.
Yeah, this guy could have been in a brace. He's just going straight forward. He knows I'm looking at him because my car's pointing at him.
Yeah.
And he's on I-5, and God bless him.
I know the situation well.
So but listen, karma is a interesting person, and it comes back to bite. So I'll tell you what happened. I merged behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm 2 lanes over from the exit lane. So then I get over into the exit lane way early because there's a massive line of traffic, and I don't want to be a jerk who jumps in right at the end.
There you go.
Although sometimes I will be.
Well, consideration's good, though.
But I didn't do that yesterday. So I get in behind all these cars. He then, 20 minutes later, tries to merge. And he ends up merging right behind me. So now I'm one car ahead of this guy who wouldn't let me in 20 minutes earlier.
Where you would have been.
So then I decide, I was like, you know what? I don't have to do this, but because I want to and I'm already stuck in traffic, might be fun. So I get up right to where the exit starts climbing up into, it's on 140, I think it was 145th.
Oh, I know that well. I know where they're putting in the new roundabout.
Where they're putting in the new roundabout.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And there's a bunch of people who want to jump in right at the end there. Often I'm one of them.
Sure.
But today I wasn't.
Sure.
This guy's behind me. Clearly he must have somewhere to be because he's not going to let me in 20 minutes
I
earlier.
knew somebody out there had a schedule.
So
that was the guy.
I said, hey, you know what? Not for nothing, but let's let some people in here. So I just parked. And I let in probably 25 cars.
No.
I swear.
Dude.
And it made me later, but he's sitting behind me stewing. And it felt better than it should have. I'll be honest. I gave into my lesser demons.
Wow.
Is that the wrong thing to do, Lori? Should I not have done that?
I cannot condemn or approve it, but it made you happy, and that's kind of what you needed at the moment.
That's what I needed.
Sometimes you got to let that karma wheel spin around.
I let 25 people merge out of crazy traffic onto the side road, which was nice.
And they were happy.
They were happy.
You made 25 people's day.
And I made one guy real angry. Yeah, yeah,
well,
absolutely.
and there's 25 people who are going to then pay that forward and do a kindness to somebody else. I think that stuff's contagious.
Maybe.
Yes. I really do.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Good for you.
And then that guy just stewed in it for the rest of the day. And now he's getting burned on the radio.
And now he's listening and going, oh my gosh, that was him.
Yeah.
And he probably
never listening to this show
didn't
again.
have a Gatorade bottle with him at the time.
No, he
So
didn't.
he's sitting back there while
Or his makeup.
Or his makeup.
I literally rolled down the window and I'm waving cars in. And in a real nice way. I'm like, get on in there, buddy. Get on in there.
He got out of his car and he's like, come now, everyone.
Yeah. Please.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was
that's
ridiculous.
Beautiful.
All right, let's get into it. First things first, Washington ferry increases. This one I hate. I loathe. But let's read it. When we first were talking about this before the show, Laura, you were like, it's just a tiny increase. It's only 3%. But as I was reading this more, it's not just 3%. It's 3% here, 3% there, 50 cents here, 50 cents there.
And that's how they get you?
And that's how they get you. And it
Drip,
adds up.
drip, drip.
Listen to this. Seattle Times had this piece. The Washington State Transportation Commission on Wednesday approved fare increases of 3% on October 1st, so that's coming up, and another 3% on May 1st. All right, so now we're at 6%. It also increased the summer season surcharge to 35% on all routes, yada, yada, yada. The commissioner, Debbie Young, probably through a laughing, said, it's never fun to raise rates. No, she probably wasn't laughing. The final product,
But you can hear the glasses clinking in the background. as
They're all just
toasting,
drinking their champagne.
Toasting their increases.
Rather than collecting all their new money.
What's a rich person's laugh?
Yeah. That's what she said. That's Debbie Young's laugh. I think we have a recording of it.
A chortle.
The final product, she said, is the best they could devise to keep the impact minimized on the regular rider who feels it most. Wah, wah.
Every day. Yeah.
Let's see. So they're trying to hike up a bunch of stuff. So you already have the 6% raise. Then they say, on top of that, The hike will also come on top of a 50-cent increase to the vessel replacement surcharge that lawmakers approved last year.
It's a 100% increase of 50 cents, going 50 cents to $1.
It's going up to $1.
$1, yeah. That's on top of the additional fares.
Yeah.
And the new fares aren't going to pay for the fleet restorations or improvement. No, that's where the buck goes.
The dollar per ticket.
Yeah.
Per ticket. That's a big increase.
Yeah.
This is the line that jumped out at me at the last part here, right at the end. It says, during the comments Wednesday, when they were all discussing this, Tom Tiersch, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, he's chair of the Ferry Advisory Committee on Tariffs, said the committee agreed with the final proposal. He did voice his frustration that the state continues to demand ferry riders cover a much larger share of the system's operating costs through fares compared to what is required of users of other public transit services. Continually increasing fares, he said, is, quote, making ferry travel unaffordable for many people, and it's not sustainable. I completely agree with him.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can justify charging more for the Washington State ferry system. If the argument is, hey, we're getting new boats and we need new boats, well, you're getting a bunch of new light rail as well. Why aren't you charging more for that?
Yeah,
why are you subsidizing such a huge portion of that? But you're not.
I think light rail and most specifically bus transportation fares account for less than 10% of the operating costs of those services.
So raise the price on those.
Yeah.
But they probably recognize that if they made them more expensive, that people wouldn't use them.
Right. There's got to be right. Fair use is out of, for the most part, necessity.
But that's not justification for not raising the rates. You should still raise the rates.
Yeah.
You should make it equal for everybody. The people are not riding the ferry boats now because it's very expensive. Their fares are way down. Listen, the amount of people who are traveling, it's still well below where it was pre-pandemic. They say about 20 million people are going to travel on it this year, compared to almost 25 million leading up to the pandemic. 24.7 million in 2018. 24 million in 2019. So as it has gotten more expensive, pandemic stuff was weird, but as it's gotten more expensive, ridership has gone down.
Has gone down, yeah. So there's several factors, aren't there? I mean, isn't remote work still a portion of the factor that people aren't using the ferries because they're working remotely from home? A small percentage of ferry use decrease. But there are a lot of different factors. But I think rate has a lot to do with it.
I don't know how much would account for less riders because of remote work.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's probably one of the factors.
It's possible.
One club in the bag.
I'm positive that some people must not be commuting anymore.
And with regard to the other transportation systems like buses and light rail, they're trying to entice people to use something that to get you out of your car. There are peripheral benefits to riding light rail, riding buses. So you can't jack the fare up, because people will just turn to their cars. I tried riding light rail. It was not any more convenient. In fact, it was less convenient than taking my car. For me to make the decision for light rail.
That should be their motto.
Less convenient.
This is less convenient than your car.
But the planet thanks you. I mean, that was the only incentive for me to take light rail to come to work.
Planet thanks you.
Because it would be better for the environment. Wouldn't make my trip any easier.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be, it may be a small but immeasurable financial incentive to ride light rail, as opposed to, bringing my car to work.
Maybe. But not when you probably not when you factor in the cost of your time spent.
Yeah, probably not. But so the real onus is for me to just love the planet so much I'm gonna leave my car at home.
Which you don't love it enough.
I don't.
You drive every day.
Every day.
Yeah, neither do I.
Damn planet. I spit at the
Take that, planet. No, the planet's gonna be fine. The planet's doing just fine. Prove to me otherwise. $3 million settlement for
earthquakes, fires. We got the floods this week. What we got?
I don't think climate change is causing earthquakes, but $3 million settlement for SPD cop in gender discrimination claim. Did you see this?
Oh,
$3 million.
Oh, did I?
The city has agreed. Fox 13 has it. Everybody has a story. We have the story. Fox 13, My Northwest. Seattle police captain is getting $3 million after she filed a lawsuit claiming gender discrimination. The June settlement agreement involves Deanna Nolette.
And I want to correct you now, assistant chief, because reinstatement.
She was reinstated.
Reinstatement was part of the settlement.
Sure. Who claims she suffered severe emotional distress when she was demoted to captain within the Seattle Police Department. Here's the backstory. According to the various news reports that we read, she was made SPD assistant chief between 2018 and 2023. In 2022. Former police chief Adrian Diaz, himself embroiled in various lawsuits with the city, took over in 2022, and he asked for a bunch of applications. So it sounds like she was a hire that was not part of his executive decision-making.
She was in the assistant chief role. They then put the role out for a variety of applicants, for applicants, she of which was one, and she didn't get the job.
She applied for it, didn't get the job.
Right.
Even though she was serving as the job before
exactly.
he got the job, then he wanted to, open up the applications, make sure he's getting what he thought was best of the best.
You nailed it.
She applied for it, was not given the job. She claims, according to this filing, that Chief Diaz allegedly has a history of misogyny. He is demeaning to women, she says, in the police force, articulating his bias that women should not hold leadership positions in the police force. What else does she say? She went on to claim that he excluded female leaders from command staff social events, offered travel training and network opportunities only to male officers. She then apparently was very upset by having to be now a captain again, from assistant chief back down to captain.
Being passed over in her eyes.
So she didn't get the job that she applied for, that she was currently doing. So then she took 5 months of medical leave because of emotional distress, the emotional toll of the discrimination, she says in the lawsuit. So it's 5 months medical leave.
Paid.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When she returned, she had a newly promoted white male captain with less experience. These are all her words. In the lawsuit, she had a newly promoted white male captain with less experience, training, and accomplishments in an allegedly less than comparable job, according to the lawsuit. So she feels like she was demoted. It was because of misogyny. So the interesting part about this, so the city's paying her $3 million. And as part of the agreement, they're saying we did nothing wrong. Or Chief Diaz. And Chief Diaz also did nothing wrong. So we're not admitting to anything. But here's $3 million.
Here's $3 million. Here's the paid medical leave. Here's 6 months of paid leave prior to retirement, administrative leave paid.
Further 1,000 plus hours. She's going to get 1,020 hours of additional paid administrative leave between now and she's eligible for retirement.
Yes.
So she's just going to have this paid leave until she retires, and then she's retired.
At the new rank of assistant chief, the reinstated rank of assistant chief.
Which whatever. She was working the job for 5 years.
No, I hear you, but that also will affect, I'm assuming, I don't know this to be true, pension,
retirement
benefits as at the level of assistant chief. So you factor in the settlement of $3 million, the paid administrative leave, the reinstatement of rank, and the proportionate pension benefits to her.
Yeah.
And the city settled this.
And the city said we didn't do anything wrong.
Well, okay.
So
even a blind man knows when the sun is shining.
Well, why?
I say, as does the Grateful Dead.
If they're going to pay out $3 million, shouldn't that come with hey, we did something wrong and we shouldn't be doing it, which is why here's a check for $3 million?
I bet. First off, I think they settled because they knew she had them cold. You don't settle a case unless we've got you cold. Or
it's the middle of an election season.
Yeah.
It's also a new administration at SPD,
they
don't want the bad publicity.
I can't sneak nothing past you, buddy.
That's exactly what they're doing.
I know,
100%.
But if they felt they could have fought, if they felt they had a winnable case to fight it, they would have fought it.
No, they wouldn't have.
I don't know.
SPD, after all this stuff with Diaz, is going to go fight a lawsuit against a woman who says she was discriminated against for being a woman.
Don't you think they would benefit from winning a case? Saying there was no discrimination, there was no sexual misogynist discrimination?
In Seattle, there's no winning this case.
Oh, okay.
There's no winning this case.
So they settled.
Because now they're just attacking women.
There you go.
So they settled, and they gave her $3 million.
No, I hear you.
Admit you did something wrong.
Is the refusal to
I don't
admit
like the
fault,
lawsuit, by the way. I don't like the lawsuit.
It was a monetary decision. Fighting it in court would cost money and risk an even greater loss of settlement to the city. Right? That's why they settled.
Have you ever applied for a job and not gotten it?
Sure.
Did you then have a lawsuit filed afterwards because you felt like you should have gotten the job? Isn't that under the purview of your whoever is deciding who gets the job? Don't they get to decide who gets the job?
They do, and the reason I never filed. I mean, I'll give you an example from my life. When I was out of work, it was 5 years ago now. I was going to say when the pandemic hit, everything shut down. I found myself unemployed. Went back to school, got a degree, yada yada. I started applying for numerous positions with both county and state. I wanted a job with the government for stability's sake.
Sure.
Passed over numerous opportunities. I literally went on dozens and dozens of interviews, made the final round of applications for various jobs.
Sure.
Dozens of jobs. Never got the job. Went with a younger, less qualified applicant.
Cheaper probably too.
Pay wasn't going to be any different.
Oh, okay.
But a lesser less qualified, younger, less qualified, because they've got this perception in their mind that I'm pushing 60 at the time. I'm only going to be around for a few more years in their eyes. Why would they give the job to an older guy who ain't going to be here long enough? They'll just give it to a younger guy we can have for a longer time. That's age discrimination. I probably could have had a case. I never moved on that. I just kept trying to find a job.
It's interesting.
Right? I mean, because why would you hire a 60-year-old?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to make an investment into somebody who I'm going to have with the company for a long time, it makes more sense to me than somebody who would be there.
But that's
no,
why
I'm not an ageist.
That's why I didn't sue. It's a valid business reason for making a decision to get a younger applicant.
And that's
why
you're a solid guy. Because you might have had buy the paper, buy the books.
I could have stunk it up and hired a lawyer, and they probably would have settled at some point, you know.
And then, but is it worth your time
the time and trouble?
And all the money out of pocket?
I get you. And I think maybe they didn't want to admit admit wrongdoing, because wouldn't that open them up to more cases?
They already have all these cases. Huh? They already have all these people saying that Diaz did the various things. So why not admit wrongdoing?
Well, I hear you.
I hear you. Pay $3 million is a big chunk of change when you didn't do anything wrong.
It's probably closer to 4 when you stack up all the other benefits that go with the settlement, right?
Yeah, easy.
So let's call it what it is.
Was she a 27-year veteran?
Yeah.
She's making good money.
Yeah, bigger pension,
chief,
6 months
good money.
Yeah, 6 months paid administrative.
1,000 hours of additional paid administrative leave, good money.
Yeah.
What do you think of the 5? I'm going to leave you with a question.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that she's completely wrong. I don't know anything about. I don't know what happened internally with Diaz.
Right, I hear you. And she's got to be a solid citizen. That's a tough job for women to excel.
Smoke, there's fire often.
Yeah.
There's other allegations. So I'm not completely like writing off what she's saying.
Right.
But I will say the part that did jump out at me, when she didn't get the job she applied for, to take 5 months off medical leave for emotional stress caused by not getting that job. That to me is the part that I jumped out and I went, oh, that's interesting. I'm not even trying to make a huge judgment on it. I'm just saying that did catch my eye.
Yeah.
And I went, that's interesting. Would you take 5 months off if you didn't get a job at an employer where you were working?
If I had dedicated 20-some years of service to an industry, a profession, and then...
I know you wouldn't. 5 months, no, you wouldn't. 5 months, you wouldn't.
I've never walked a mile in another woman's pumps, so I really can't say how I'd feel.
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Not a mile. What's your motorcycle nickname?
Oh, Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen. All right, there you go.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Contractors and heavy equipment operators, get ready. The James G. Murphy Auction Company presents one of the biggest heavy equipment auctions of the summer. On the auction block, we've got 13 excavators, including a 2018 Komatsu PC 238 USLC-11, a 2015 Komatsu PC 138, and a CAT 308 mini excavator. Also up for auction, a 2020 Komatsu WA 270-8 wheel loader, a 2017 John Deere 317G skid steer, 2 backhoes, and 3 rollers. Looking for trucks? Choose from over 100 options, including a 2017 Kenworth T880 with a wet kit and 4 Vector trucks. And if you're in need of contractor's equipment, we've got a massive assortment for you to choose from. Bidding starts 10 a.m. Thursday the 7th and starts closing at 10 a.m. August 14th. And don't miss your chance to preview all items August 12th through the 13th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Marysville location. For more information, visit murphyauction.com. That's murphyauction.com.
Hey, we've got Wes Jones here of sellwithwes.com. Wes, what if I'm a home seller, but I've got a unique property? Maybe I have a lot of acreage or a horse pasture or a castle and a moat or a house with some sort of unique design. Can you help with that?
If you've got something like that, I definitely want to hear from you guys. Working with unique properties is one of my favorite things to do in real estate. And the reason why is I get to utilize my full arsenal of marketing techniques. We can do aerial photography, we can do video walkthroughs, we can do actual video, we can do target marketing. But one of the unique things that I can do that other realtors don't is some of the access to other media that I can advertise your properties in. The local blogs, Seattle Times, King 5, all of my properties have been featured on programs like those.
That's Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. He sold a ton of unique properties and he can sell yours too. Sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to Honest Home Solutions.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Raftery. Texas Senator John Cornyn has asked the FBI to help find and return Democratic members of the Texas House of Representatives to Austin. Those Democrats left the state, preventing a quorum from being present at a special session called by Governor Greg Abbott. That session was initially for flood relief, but it's turned into an effort to redraw congressional districts that could flip 5 blue congressional seats to red.
Governor Abbott filed a lawsuit with the Texas Supreme Court to remove Texas House Democratic Caucus Chairman Gene Wu from office. The governor accused Wu of abandoning his post and being the ringleader of the Democrats who left the state.
That's CBS News reporter Trevor Sochaki. New data reveals a sharp increase in immigration enforcement activity across our state, but most of those arrested have no criminal record.
The new numbers from the Deportation Data Project show a dramatic spike in immigration arrests across Washington, 277 people taken into ICE custody in June alone. That's more than double the monthly high during the Trump administration. The data also reveals a striking detail. Most of those arrested have no criminal record. While that continues, a trend seen under both both the Obama and Biden administrations. Current Homeland Security officials claim many of those detained do have criminal histories, just not in the U.S. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
In response, Homeland Security tells KIRO News Radio the Deportation Data Project is cherry-picking data to peddle a false narrative, adding that 70% of ICE arrests are criminal illegal aliens, including gang members, pedophiles, and rapists. Seattle is facing a budget shortfall reaching more than $150 million.
In 27 and 28, the projected deficit is about $176 million.
Seattle's economic forecast team says it's mostly because job growth is slowing down. They also point to higher inflation from tariffs and just a lot of uncertainty about the economy. The silver lining, it is not as bad as back in April when the shortfall was projected at $250 million. Let's head to Lori Hardy with KIRO News Radio traffic. Lori, are we still struggling?
Yes, still a tough drive into Seattle. Traffic comes to you from Seattle Sports. Right now, southbound I-5 at Dearborn, we still have an accident sitting in the HOV lane, making your drive from Everett an hour and 17 minutes. Now, northbound I-5 slows into Seattle just as you're approaching I-90. 405 southbound from Linwood is a 36-minute delay, an hour, 4 minutes. And southbound I-5 is pretty heavy as you head past Joint Base Lewis McChord, and then northbound as you approach the Navy base. Or I should say Joint Base. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We're going to be pretty clear for the rest of the day. Partly cloudy, high of 70 degrees. Overnight lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy but dry. High of 73 and 76 by Saturday. It is 62 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. If you guys are not already watching live on YouTube, it's a fun place to go. You should check it out. Go to youtube.com. In the search bar, search KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. And you can find the Jake and Spike show live there. It's a lot of fun. People are chatting. We try to jump in there whenever we can on commercial breaks. You can also text us, 888-973-5476, and we take the best responses or comments on the stories we're discussing from all of the different areas where you can comment, and we will then read those live later on in the show, which is a lot of fun. I do want to read one real fast from YouTube. Sure. I think it's interesting. This is from Steve, who
was behind you today. Was let 24 people in traffic? Was that guy?
Steve, I don't think Steve was bad.
Okay.
No, I actually got comments about that too. Okay. They said I was gross for letting people in. And they're not wrong. That it was gross, and it was not a prouder moment of mine, but I did it. Steve says we were just talking about that SPD settlement where they admitted no wrongdoing and they handed over a big check. Steve says it is common in settlements to admit no wrongdoing. Jake is speaking like an expert on a topic he knows nothing about. I do just want to comment on this, Steve. I have no problem with lawsuits ending in they do that all the time. I understand that.
They do, yeah.
They admit no wrongdoing. That's part of the settlement agreement. That's why they're paying somebody off. But it's implied in the settlement, and it's taxpayer dollars, which is what I don't like about it. I wouldn't comment on private businesses doing this, but when it's public entities who are handing over our money to the tune of probably north of $4 million when all is said and done, I feel like they should probably have a little more, they should either admit to a wrongdoing, because why else are you handing somebody $4 million, or they should fight it like, Spike, you suggested they do.
Well, I think we can all acknowledge that it's common practice in settlements to have no admission of guilt or responsibility. That's common practice.
Of course.
But it's an insult to the thinking man.
But it's our money.
And it's an insult. To me, it's an insult to any thinking person.
Sure.
That you can have to pay out a $4+ million settlement, $3 million plus peripherals, and then say we admit no wrongdoing. I mean, anybody with a pulse will know.
But I'm thankful for Steve for bringing this up, and I think it was an interesting point. That's why I wanted to highlight it.
All are welcome.
Steve seems like a good dude. He comments on YouTube a lot. All right. This ChatGPT story. We talk about this a lot here. I'm very interested in technology because I have kids and learning how to, I have young kids who have not, their life has not been taken over by technology. My oldest is 10. And my youngest is just a year. So the future that they're facing is much different than the future that I was facing when I was
You're going to be
their age.
releasing them in a completely different world than you grew up in.
Totally different.
Completely.
And so you want to equip yourself with as much information as you can so you can figure out how to protect your kids against crazy stuff. And ChatGPT burst onto the scene, 2 years ago now? Is that what we're kind of saying?
When it became commonplace, yeah. When it was in everybody's every daily life.
Everybody was using it.
You bet.
Let's see here. Here's how many people are now using ChatGPT. About 800 million people a day use ChatGPT, which is 10% of the world's population. A day. This according to JP Morgan and Chase, who did an assessment of that. And the reason I find this troubling is it's being used by a lot of kids.
Sure.
Like young kids. And this story, Seattle Times has this story. Listen to this first line. ChatGPT will tell 13-year-olds how to get drunk and high, instruct them on how to conceal eating disorders, and even compose a heartbreaking suicide letter to their parents if asked, according to new research from a watchdog group. And then they have this whole long list. Originally, it was in the Associated Press that they have this story.
Right.
But they did all these tests with ChatGPT and asked it for all these various things. And it's initially supposed to deny you these things. Like if you ask it about advice for suicide or things that are harmful to you as a person, it would say, hey, that's not a good idea, yada, yada. And the very, very fast way around that is you just ask it to say, hey, I'm writing a research paper on such and such.
Sure.
And how would I talk about it? And then everything is open to you. And the problem with this is that it's now giving this advice to young kids. Let's see here. This is from the AP story. OpenAI didn't directly. That's who released ChatGPT. OpenAI didn't directly address the report's findings on how ChatGPT affects teens, but they said it was focused on getting these kinds of scenarios right with tools to better detect signs of mental or emotional distress and improvements to the chatbot's behavior. The study published Wednesday comes as all these people, we aforementioned 800 million are using it, and they talked about how they asked for suicide notes for, like they were pretending to be kids talking to ChatGPT.
These were researchers posing as at-risk teens.
Yes.
And went into this and asking for various things, not just on suicide notes. How do I hide my drug use? How do I hide my eating disorder? And ChatGPT is spitting out not just a well-written suicide note. Here's a diet of 500 calories a day.
Yes.
Here's various things you can do to here's ways to use drugs that will not be as immediately visually perceptible to other people around you. It's giving horrific information.
Horrible.
And the point of the article was there's no guardrails for this. There's no mechanism. It's not like you can just show your ID and prove you're over 18, because even give this information to an adult is a bad idea.
Do you think that the kids are turning to AI? It's this, in their head, it's an entity that has access to all information, so it knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not, like maybe what kids aren't thinking about is it's not making moral judgments.
No, not at all. Clearly,
it's just spitting out what's available on the internet, which is a super nasty, awful place if you're not careful navigating it. Like you can get into some really dark corners.
Yeah.
So you have these kids who are interacting with essentially a speaking version of the internet, asking these things and getting what they probably assume is advice.
Well,
they're taking it as if this is what you should be doing,
as opposed to just a factually correct answer to a question. And there are moments where there's no judgment involved.
Yeah.
With AI's response to these people. There's moments where a kid your age doesn't need to know that. No one in your age. If you're asking me this question, we don't need the answer to your question. What you need is, hey, anybody who asks that question probably needs to talk to somebody about A, B, or C.
Like if a kid came to an adult and said, hey, I'm feeling bad about my body, yada, yada, body image stuff. I want to start losing more weight. The adult might say, hey, you know what? You're a teenager. This is a totally normal feeling.
Right, we all go through this. We've all felt that way before.
They would encourage them by telling them they look great. They might have a conversation that suddenly they're not, heading down the path towards horrible eating disorders.
Right.
It's crazy that this is happening. And it reminded me of this clip from Jurassic Park.
And before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should.
Like
bingo.
It's this amazing technology. It is amazing.
It's
going
to change how we live.
It already
every day.
It already has.
Yes.
And it's an incredibly useful tool. But so are cars, and we don't let children drive cars.
It's
dangerous.
I hear you.
You know?
What's the answer? Can AI be taught manipulated, instructed
to not let it talk to your kids,
or to see a question and have some context and some morality. Maybe that's a bridge too far. They'll never go there.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't want computers having morality, because then it's somebody else's morality baked into the computer, which I don't like.
Yeah, that's true.
What I think is probably the only answer is what a lot of parents are now doing, is just saying, you're not allowed to interact with this technology. It's too dangerous. You're not old enough to understand it.
Well,
stay away from it.
I hear you, buddy, and it's a noble endeavor you're taking on. It's the right one.
As best you can.
As best you can. It's, man, I wish you, I wish you all the best luck in the world.
Me too.
Because I know you care. You're doing a great job. And, again, it's a whole new world.
Every parent out there who has a young kid knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you are.
We're in the exact same spot.
Yeah, they are.
How do you keep this stuff as pervasive stuff? How do you keep it away from your kids? You just got to keep trying, I guess.
Yeah, communication. Oldest the hills. Talk to your kids. Know what's going on.
Also, don't bring it into your house. That's another way to help. Just don't bring it into your house.
There you
go. All right, when we come back, how much would you pay for a smoothie? This is called the drink of the summer. This is crazy expensive. I can't believe somebody would pay this amount for a smoothie.
They're expensive.
This is an insane amount.
I paid $7 for a smoothie the other day. $7.
Spike, that's nothing compared to the price of this one. We'll tell you about it when we come back.
The Seahawks are back.
Be in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Are you worried about economic conditions, tariffs, and inflation? Are you tired of trying to time the stock market? Maybe it's time to take a little risk off the table given current market volatility. For stability, there's no better option than Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, a fixed return of 9%. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. We've been running local real estate investment funds for over 18 years with zero investor losses, averaging double-digit returns since inception, and we also accept IRAs. Over 1,000 local investors have invested over $250 million in our Legacy family of funds. Feeling uneasy? Don't gamble your hard-earned money or risk your retirement. Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, returning 9%, has limited openings for new investors right now.
Call 425-635-4700 or visit LegacyG.com. That's LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Legacy investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Next week at Dimitro's Jazz Alley, Jazz Royalty takes the stage. Dave Koz and Friends Summer Horns play 4 unforgettable shows, August 12th and 13th. Get your tickets now at jazzalley.com.
Need a new roof, a deck, siding, windows? Get up to $3,000 off any new installation. Hi, it's Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Home projects can add up fast, but we're here to help you save big. Book now and lock in up to $3,000 off in savings. That's $3,000 off any new installation. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Back. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about this drink of summer. Did you guys see this story? It's in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I can't believe this one.
This is what people are drinking. This makes sense to me. The drink makes sense. The price doesn't make sense. The drink of summer is a smoothie. I feel like a lot of people probably could have guessed that. Maybe they would have said like an alcoholic drink, but like your daily thing that you're going to spend extra money on. It's probably not a boozy drink. It's probably one of these.
No, I think drink of the summer means this is the trendy. This is what everybody who's drinking something has this summer.
Like the drink of fall, we'd all agree is
pumpkin
spice latte. Yeah.
I use pumpkin spice laundry
spice
detergent.
Anything.
Yeah.
Laundry detergent.
It's the best.
They don't recommend you drink
so
it. It
fall.
Yeah. Don't drink it. Yeah. Okay, so here's the smoothie that they're talking about. Laura, do you drink smoothies? You seem like you would drink smoothies.
I do. I love a smoothie.
Do you make them your own or you buy them?
I make them my own.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have a soft spot for the Jamba Juice white gummy on their secret menu. It's so good. That's just ice cream.
I don't know about a secret menu. What is a secret? They have a secret menu?
They have a secret menu at Jamba Juice. Yeah, they have for years.
Nobody ever told me about it.
Pink Starburst. White gummy bear.
Shh. Really?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a secret now. How do you
Whoops.
How do you just walk in and say I want to order a secret? You guys have like a call sign or something?
Ooh,
Okay.
Please go do that.
Just do a little nose tap and they know. They say,
you slide a white gummy bear across the counter and they slide a smoothie back.
All of a sudden, this
That's all
wall,
it costs?
this wall with a blender opens up and you go to a back room.
Unbelievable. I didn't know they had this.
Slurp Easy, they call them.
If you pick up the right pineapple in the back,
would you guys?
The floor falls out from under you.
Let me ask you this: would you pay $25 for a smoothie? That's how much they highlight this one smoothie company, but they say it's not unique, but it's in Los Angeles. And the base price of a smoothie before you add in all the other stuff is $22. And then you can add extra things for some zing and pep in your step. And it brings it up to like $25 a smoothie.
Are we talking about a bucket-o smoothie?
No, like a
5-gallon smoothie?
16-ounce normal smoothie. Maybe 22-ounce. I don't know. It's a smoothie. Like a cup. A cup of blended...
cup of blended fruit juice. Yeah.
Well, and they put, crazy fancy stuff in it now. Plant-based protein powder, bee pollen, adaptogens, whatever those are.
Raw cashew butter. Raw cacao nibs.
Cacao nibs?
Cacao
Must be painful for the
CACAO, right? That's like that chocolatey...
Yeah, cacao.
Cacao.
What's $23 to feel like you really have your life together? Because that's what this stuff
it's $23.
reads to me.
You're buying a feeling?
Yeah, I think you're buying a feeling.
Colostrum. Cow milk colostrum. We just talked about colostrum yesterday.
Sure.
Cow milk colostrum.
Ugh.
Okay, so this is do you guys, I make a lot of smoothies at home for my kids because that's the only way I can get them to eat a lot of the vegetables that I'd like them to eat.
There you go.
They wouldn't touch some of these things normally, but you toss it into a smoothie and you blend it up and you throw some orange juice in there and they'll slurp it down. But $25, that seems excessive. Doesn't that seem excessive to you guys, $25?
No, it's crazy. Like I went to Jamba Juice last weekend because I had to do a bunch of returns at the mall, which is the most miserable experience ever. They just make you feel like a criminal for not liking the sweater you ordered online.
They're probably actually wondering if you're a criminal. Like when
yeah,
you
and I'm
return
walking
stuff?
in there with like my big IKEA bag. It's just a nightmare. So to convince myself to go do it, I said I'm going to go get a white gummy Jamba Juice afterwards, and that was $10, $6 because I had a promo code, and that felt like too much.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
It makes it not fun.
There's something to retail therapy, though. I'm with you there. There's something about investing in yourself, self-care.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, right? You can't be good to the world unless you're good to yourself first. Mm-hmm. Starts with you.
Yeah.
But $33 for a smoothie?
That's a lot.
It's all relative. I mean, it's like, in the article.
If you're Jeff Bezos, $22 sounds pretty reasonable.
In the article, they say you wouldn't mind going out and spending $25 for a drink at a bar.
I would.
I would too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That tells me their whole perspective is just skewered, and I clean that up.
Totally skewered.
I mean, you gotta be. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
For a cup of fruit, $33. It's made with angel tears.
Maybe if it was made with real angel tears.
Real angel tears.
And I might buy it.
If you drink it, you'll look like Hailey Bieber.
Is that what they're selling?
Yeah, it's a good sales pitch.
If you buy a $2 smoothie, put $5 worth of Jack Daniels, then everybody looks like Hailey Bieber. Little shopping tip for you there.
It's like, I don't want to look like
budget.
Hailey Bieber.
Everybody else does.
Who's the male equivalent of Hailey Bieber? I guess it would be Justin
Bieber.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't want to look like Justin Bieber either.
No.
All right. Let us know if you're paying these amounts for smoothies and where you're buying them.
And we'll send help.
Yeah, we'll send you a prayer.
There'll be a little knock on your door.
We'll send you our patented thoughts and prayer package.
We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, and your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Feeling the heat? Cool off with Home Comfort Alliance. It's the final days of the warehouse clearance sale with savings up to 25% on brand new 2024 heat pumps and ACs while supplies last. And PSC customers, listen up. Add AeroSeal duct sealing for as little as $99. That's over $2,000 in savings. For heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, trust Home Comfort Alliance. Go to homecomfortalliance.com and tell them John Curley sent you.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Was drafted in 1999 by the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was just absolutely a dream come true.
Todd's playing in the NBA is unique. His battle with neuropathy is not.
I first started noticing problems a couple years into my NBA career, and I felt like my sock was just balled up right in the arch of my foot, and there'd be areas of burning and tingling, and then there'd be other areas of deadness where there would be no response to touch. We tried everything possible, from surgery to different drugs, to try and take care of some of the symptoms.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, non-drug, pain-free procedures that have helped thousands of neuropathy sufferers find relief.
Now I'm able to spend more time doing the things that I enjoy, being on my feet.
If you experience numbness, shooting, or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. There may be a pause in the construction of an immigrant detention center in Florida. CBS's Wendy Gillette reports.
A federal judge has ordered construction to be temporarily halted at the immigration detention center in the Florida Everglades, dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. A lawsuit was filed against federal and state officials alleging the violation of environmental laws. ICE is also dealing with the death of a detainee at its facility in central Pennsylvania. Chinese citizen 32-year-old Cha Feng Gi was found hanging by his neck in a shower room Tuesday morning. It's the 15th death in ICE custody since October, a higher number compared to other years.
There have been more firings at the FBI, including a former acting director who resisted demands to turn over the names of agents who participated in the Capitol riot investigations. And Jake Rosen reports the Justice Department has hired a January 6th defendant.
He was, according to charging documents and body cam footage, yelling at police in that moment in which he called them Nazis and Gestapo for defending the Capitol as thousands of people flooded upon it. In addition to that, he shouted, kill them, about the police officers to the other people in the crowd.
He will now be an advisor to the Justice Department. The U.S. Air Force said today it will deny early retirement pay to transgender service members who are being separated from the military. Russia says a meeting could take place between President Trump and Vladimir Putin next week. CBS's Nancy Cortez with White House reaction.
The White House has a slightly different message. They say, yes, the president is open to meeting with Putin and that could happen soon, but that no date has been set and no location has been set.
Israel's security cabinet's considering a possible expansion of the war in Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu says Israel intends to take control and remove Hamas. At the State Department, spokesman Tommy Pigott.
There could be no long-term prosperity with Hamas
as a governing force or otherwise within Gaza. So that's what our policy is. That's where our focus is. That's what I can speak to. For further details on Israel's policy, I would refer you to the government of Israel.
Tariffs went into effect today on dozens of countries. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
You could see clothing go up, electronics, machinery. That's really important for the manufacturing sector. Also, food and beverage. Think of our friends in Europe, your wine, your cheese, and then pharmaceuticals from Europe as well as India.
The Swiss government says it will pursue more talks with the U.S. over the 39% tariff placed on its goods. The president and economy minister left Washington empty-handed. On Wall Street, stocks are lower. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's Seahawks game day. We have all the hype in just a moment. But first, Lori Hardy has your KIRO News Radio traffic.
Still a tough drive into Seattle, but the good news is the collision at South 5 Dearborn has cleared the roadway, but you're still going to take an hour and 17 minutes getting from Everett to Seattle. Linwood to Bellevue, a 22-minute delay. Northbound I-5, SeaTac to Seattle, just 2 minutes slower, and both directions of I-5 really jamming up right now at State Route 101. Now, if you're heading southbound I-5 past Joint Base Lewis McChord, you're going to be slowing down a bit there as well. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. In all of the major primaries across the region, we saw progressive far-left candidates win, sometimes by big margins. And Democratic strategist Kathy Allen tells us that has a lot to do with voter turnout, which was low at about 20%.
Right now, if we were just to take a look at the people who have voted, they are all over 55 now. It's like the boomers, the lefty boomers are voting.
In Tacoma, voters may get to decide on a workers' bill of rights. Among the things included in Measure 2 is a $20 minimum wage. A special city council meeting is set for 9:30 Friday morning. Andrea Ray, CEO of the Tacoma Pierce County Chamber of Commerce, worries about the effect on local business.
Some may simply not survive it. We're in a fragile moment.
Supporters say the measure is needed to address the rising cost of living. If the council doesn't approve it, it will go to voters, though the timing is still uncertain, according to the News Tribune. We have much more election coverage on mynorthwest.com. Still no arrests in a shooting at a Tacoma hospital that killed one man and injured a woman last night. Police say an altercation in the parking lot spilled into the ER and a male opened fire. No details on that suspect as of yet. Seattle will pay $3 million to a police captain after she sued for gender discrimination and retaliation. Fox 13 Seattle reports Deanna Nollette was demoted and claimed the new chief, Adrian Diaz, excluded women from leadership. The city does not admit any wrongdoing in the deal. A homecoming of sorts tonight at Lumen Field. Former Seahawk head coach Pete Carroll returns to Seattle, now leading the Las Vegas Raiders. Carroll says it's the only game we got. It happens to be in Seattle.
I loved my time in Seattle and loved the fans and the people that we met and dealt with and competed with. But it's a game for us. We can go play ball.
Carroll became the winningest coach in Seahawks history and brought home their only Super Bowl title. Catch the game right here on KIRO News Radio at 7 p.m. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We're going to stay clear the rest of the day. High of 70. Tomorrow, high of 73, partly cloudy. Saturday, 76 and mostly cloudy. It is 64 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. We didn't get to a lot of stuff that we had planned on talking about in the first hour, but you know what? We have such a good second hour already planned that we're not probably going to get to any of it. So whatever, doesn't matter. We'll get to the second hour stuff. Spike, you ready to go?
I'm happy.
See, you're messing with your seat.
I am. I'm trying to frame myself into the when I explode about this next story. I want every bit of visual to be experienced by the audience.
Okay.
I want the blood vessels in my forehead, the veins popping
ready?
out in high def. Beautiful red glory.
Get ready to explode.
This one just chaps me.
This is the vacant building one?
Yes, it is.
This chaps you.
This chaps me bad.
Okay.
Like I've been in the saddle all day and it's 117.
Ooh.
I'm chapped.
That's pretty chapped. Let me read you some of the details, and you can just work yourself up into a lather, and then you can explode. A homeless camp that once occupied, this is a KIRO News story, has a story. There was a vacant property. There was a, I had never gone to this location, although my mother probably has, because she was.
I think I saw her there.
You might have seen her there.
Yeah. I was a regular at this location.
Were you really?
Oh, yeah.
Joanne Fabrics?
Joanne Fabrics, Ballard, across from Ballard Commons.
Okay.
You bet. Around the corner from QFC. I know it well.
My mom did a lot of like sewing projects, and she made a lot of stuff all of my childhood. So Joanne Fabrics was a regular for us. We'd go in there all the time.
I raised theater kids.
So you know it as well.
Artists.
Yeah, you're in there all the time.
Spending a ton in there.
So Joanne Fabrics, that location shut down. Am I correct in?
Oh yeah, the whole company went bankrupt.
Yeah, they're no longer.
That was one of the first locations to go away, followed by Aurora, followed by Linwood.
Which was a loss. Which was a sad loss.
Yes, but just bad management, bad business models.
The business model.
They had a size 3 business and a size 10 store.
Yeah, they have much too much in a store,
right?
And you said they have too much. They have too much store and not enough in the store.
That's how I felt.
Oh, okay.
Now you're saying I see your point too, and not beginning on why Joanne went under. But
you got a lot of
everything for everything.
I don't think that's.
You want to cut paper? Boom. You want to cut cloth? Boom. You want to glue something? Boom. You want to sew something? Boom.
You want a picture frame?
Want Legos? You want something framed? Boom.
Here's the problem.
I bought a bird bath there.
Hey,
bought a bird bath.
Halloween decorations. Got you covered.
There?
Plastic plants right over here.
The problem that I had with them is and they're nice. God bless them. These old ladies who work there, but they're
wonderful.
Very wonderful. Salt of the earth.
Helpful.
Slow as all hell.
You betcha.
Not fast.
Knitted the scarf.
Yeah, they'll knit it for you in front of you. You're totally right. Oh, do you like this? I'll knit it for you. Just wait.
That's a bad color for you, she said.
Yeah.
Really? Said I?
All right, so that's...
So Joanne goes away in
Joanne
Ballard
goes away.
and gets to the crux of our problem.
The guy who owns the building is a guy named Sam Hawley, who owned that building in Ballard. So he's maintaining the building until he can find a new tenant, which is difficult, especially in the Seattle area.
You betcha.
So the building sits empty. Now he continues to make sure that the building, you're supposed there's vacant property laws, so there's things that you have to do to keep the building up, so it doesn't fall into disrepair.
I'm full agreement with.
It doesn't attract a bad element.
Yes,
but he goes out of town for a few days, according to him in the story. He goes out of town for a few days, and when he gets back, and I think literally, like he says, he went out of town for something like less than a week.
3 days.
3 days.
Gone, yeah.
3 days he's gone. As he's gone, and this was happening in June, 15 to 20 people moved into the parking lot. And he says he returns, it was chaos. So he has to now build a fence around his parking lot to keep people out.
Right.
Which is expensive, but also takes time. So they put up the fence posts and all the things. The concrete is literally drying. You can't. I built fences. Everybody's built fences. You can't put up you can't.
Not a one-day job.
It's not a one-day job, and you can't skin a fence until the concrete posts are,
You
is
can't
hardened.
rush the project. The fence is going to be just pushed over.
100%. So in between, when he puts up the post, he goes on vacation, he comes back. The lot is now filled with vagrants, and he has to figure out how to get them out there. He calls SPD, who come down and they vacate them, and they say, you're trespassing, you can't be here, so they vacate them. But then he finds out that he's getting fined by the city a bunch of money for these people moving in. This is him talking to KIRO News about it.
During a week in June, 15 or 20 people moved in the parking lot, and it was kind of chaos. We were in the process of installing a fence. The posts were up, the concrete was drying, and the fencing wasn't up yet.
Police then came down, trespassed the people. He says he invested $30,000 in a new perimeter fence. Fences are not cheap, especially, I assume his is metal. That's going to be expensive,
It's
too.
a nice fence.
Nice looking
You got to have it, though, because the vagrant, the homeless population.
Yeah.
In that particular part of town, we've had a story where that park across the street where the kids are.
Sure.
One of the reasons the city doesn't want this type of homelessness environment and public drug use environment congregating there is because it's a neighborhood resource. A kid's park is right across the street.
Yep.
So you got to put a good fence up.
You got to put a good fence up. Absolutely.
But what cheeses me, what blows me up about this story is the fact that he I understand, he complied. He built the fence. He paid the fine. But then they slap him with a follow-up fee after he's complied. They slap him with a monitoring fee, a technological fee. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing.
Starts adding up.
They just keep stacking on this guy, dollar after dollar after dollar after he's complied. And that's just the fire. The gasoline is the city, who has not done anything to address the problem.
Yeah, like he's paying the price for the city, who's just letting people be homeless on the streets.
There's no place for these people to be. There's no police monitoring of the neighborhood to stop public drug use that they're complaining about. This guy's paying how much a year in taxes, property taxes?
Bunch.
I mean, it's quoted in the city. It's close to $80,000 a year in property taxes in the city.
He's owning these buildings that are then turning
vacant
into businesses
in a declining business environment. You want Seattle businesses to thrive in your city, to add to a community.
Yeah.
Here's a guy he's got no reason to keep this building like it is, to maintain it while he searches for a new tenant, to do the due diligence of cleaning up after Joanne's vacating, and then put up the security fences around it.
He should sell it. He should sell the business, and they should build some high rises. That's what they should do.
So this is a beautiful place. Good luck keeping the homeless out. By the way, the city's going to fine you into oblivion.
The first fine.
Have I got a buyer?
The first fine's almost $700 from the Seattle Department of Construction and Inspections, and that for violations, for all these different security violations. Then he was automatically enrolled in the vacant building monitoring program, and he was told he'd have to pay another $332 for the follow-up inspection, plus a 5% technology fee. He says, despite being in complete compliance at that point, he says it's frustrating because I've been down here 5 or 6 days a week since Joanne moved out, except for that 1 week when I was gone for 3 days, and all those people moved in. They did speak to Senator Hawley, I believe, about this, who was asked about spokesperson.
Hawley's the property owner. Am I got that right?
Oh, I got that wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. There's a Senator Hawley, Midwest. I understand the confusion.
No, that was my mistake. Hawley was asked about the $680 fine.
There was no forewarning. There was no offering of an attempt to fix it. It just started with fines right away. It's tough. On one hand, you have the homeless. On the other hand, you have the city coming at you.
Right.
A spokesperson for the Seattle Department of Construction and Inspections said that there are opportunities to a notice of violation that you can request a review, but they said the owner did not do so on this site. The owner disputes that. He says he did email the inspector at the time, but he never received a reply or even acknowledgement. So I imagine there's a paper trail if he's making that claim.
Yep. He said he emailed a request.
He should follow up.
Reply.
Absolutely. If he's got his, check your sent box and get your money back.
I understand the city has a need to monitor compliance. So many properties are neglected, abandoned, not abandoned, but neglected, empty properties, and owners who it's often more valuable to them as a business thing to just leave it empty and write off the loss than it is to find a new tenant or to maintain the property. People are gaming the system to leave empty buildings in town.
I don't think he'd prefer to have an empty building.
No, I'm not saying him. I'm saying the reason that they have a required compliance follow-up is because so many people are abusing this system. And then you get a guy like this who's been there 5 days a week since his tenant left.
Yeah.
And, again, no warning. Here comes a fine.
Here comes
complete
a fine.
Compliance. Hey, here comes a mandatory follow-up. Here comes another fee. Here comes another fee.
It's not even like he was opening it up and saying, "Hey, come on in here, folks, and use your needles and do bad drugs."
He's not. Yeah, right. He's not doing a barbecue.
The city is encouraging this behavior.
They're not doing anything
It's spilling over onto his property. Now he's being fined by the city for it. Meanwhile,
he's getting it from both ends.
All these parks where they just allow this stuff to happen, and I don't see the city paying a huge price for that. All right, let's move over to landlords. Speaking of rental properties, landlords have now been fined for the first time. Washington has this new rent cap law that went into effect.
Yep.
Did you see the story?
I did.
What did you think about it?
They're going to drive property owners, at least small property owners, out of the city, I think.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. I've got a friend who owned 2 apartment buildings in town. They drove them out of the business, sold off the property, moved out.
House Bill 1217 took effect in May. The Seattle Times has this story, but it's everywhere also. The landlord told the tenants in these cases, the landlord told tenants before that time about rent increases that would exceed the new maximums. But these increases were tied to leases that renewed after the law took effect. And so the Attorney General's office then went after the landlords for those increases. And the fine for each of those increases, for the investigation into those, was $2,000 each for the time of the Attorney General's office looking into this. So they had to pay that fine, and they had to fix the rents and put them back to what the law would say they had to be at.
And the landlords are arguing these are lease agreements with scheduled increases that took them past the existing law.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they? I don't know. I'm not a legal scholar. Shouldn't they be grandfathered
them in?
I would think so. I mean, I know that if you change the law, you change the landscape of renting to people in Seattle. I'm all for not having excessive rents. I think you have to have a livable community and a working population that can afford to live in the city where they work. I've always been on that side of the aisle, that side of the fence, if you will.
Sure.
But if you've got an agreement with tenants and there's a scheduled increase, to go back and then say, sorry, city says I got to cap this out. I could see moving forward with any new agreements can't be above the new rent cap. But if you've got an existing property that they agreed to for the increases, to go back and retroactively start fining property owners?
It seems like they shouldn't be doing
First off, you've lost the projected rent that you're going to collect. That's the money you do business with. That's your budget to do business. How are people supposed to be landlords in this city?
Well, they're not. They're not supposed to be landlords.
The idea is to chase them out.
Yeah, it seems that way. There's enough evidence too that it doesn't really work in these major cities. I was reading this. Listen to this. I found this fascinating. The Brookings Institute in Washington D.C. It's a nonpartisan, and specifically they look into local governance issues. That's what their bread and butter is. So they looked at Cambridge, Massachusetts between 1970 and 1994. In Cambridge, they started one of these rent caps. All rental units in Cambridge built prior to 1969 were regulated by a rent control ordinance that placed strict caps on rent increases and tightly restricted the removal of units from the rental stock. So the idea is it's getting crazy, crowded in Massachusetts. There's a bunch of inequality in income, yada, yada. Let's make sure that people can afford to live here and work here.
A noble goal.
It's a noble goal, but all the unintended consequences are what ended up happening and playing out. So they had this great test thing to look at. This happened in Massachusetts and San Francisco, who had a similar rent control time period. So listen to this. I found this fascinating. The legislative intent of the rent control ordinance was to provide affordable renting housing, and at the eve of the rent control's elimination in 1994, controlled units typically rented for 40+% below the price of nearby non-controlled properties. So they're significantly less expensive, which is what the goal was. In 1994, Massachusetts electorate passed a referendum to eliminate rent control, and then they were able to look at what happened immediately after. And I was wondering if this is what's going to happen in Seattle too. So here's what happened in the surrounding areas. The impact of this unexpected change and find that newly decontrolled properties market value increased by 45%. In addition to these direct effects of rent control, decontrol, they found removing rent control had substantial indirect effects on neighboring properties, boosting their values as well. Those properties also jumped up, and they gained 13% in values. So what it showed was when you put rent control into these big cities, you might be doing it for a noble purpose, but the properties that you're controlling the rent for or of drop significantly. All the surrounding properties become less valuable, and then you end up in this doom loop where nobody wants to live near rent control either. And then landlords, they can't.
They bail.
They bail.
Right.
They sell those properties, and so they end up going off the market. And so the indirect consequences, or the direct consequences, unintended, is everything gets more expensive. So Seattle we're witnessing that right now. This just went into effect in May, right? Of this year. We started rent control in May of this year.
Yes.
So we're at the beginning of this 20-year stretch if voters eventually look towards other examples and go, hey, you know what? That didn't work out so great.
When was the last time Seattle learned from other people's mistakes?
Good point. Excellent point.
We are such a virtue signaling legislative body.
Do you think this is going to work out well for people in Seattle? Or is this going to... Because there's a lot of rich people in Seattle. There's not many middle class, and there's a lot of people who don't have much money.
Well, a lot of people say you can't build your way out of a housing crisis. I think you have to.
Yeah, I mean I
think you have to. I don't think you can rent control yourself out of a housing crisis. To your point,
that would seem to me if you increase supply.
All the evidence says that rent control does not solve your problem. You've got to build your way out of it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I do think that local politicians probably believe. We're
fighting for the downtrodden.
They must be believing that this is noble or something because they're just not looking at all the evidence.
I wish we could learn from. We wish we could take a prior example like Cambridge, like San Francisco, and see where they went wrong and maybe make some course corrections before you just dive in.
They did the exact same thing we're doing, which is crazy. They even had better controls to make sure that they didn't discourage new construction. Like in San Francisco, they did the same thing.
Right.
They looked at this, and they didn't have any rent control on new buildings. And so they had rent control for existing buildings, but on new buildings, they said, "Hey, we don't want to discourage investment in the community for new buildings. So we're gonna not control those rents, at least for the first whatever it was, how many years." And in Washington now, I just feel like they're not learning any lessons from surrounding major cities. I think we're very comparable too, wouldn't we be to Massachusetts?
I would think so. To a city like Cambridge, well, we're bigger. But it's a smaller exact microcosm of what we're trying to accomplish.
What's happening here, though?
We had a story maybe 4 or 5 months ago where new construction, there was a additional fee on new construction permits, and a portion of that fee was to go toward funding affordable housing.
Yeah.
And people were saying, well, we're not going to build here. I'm going to go build somewhere else than the city of Seattle.
Is that what chased your friend out?
No, my friend was. They couldn't maintain that as a viable business.
They had
as a rent.
They had a standing rental.
Two apartment rental buildings. One in the Ravenna area, one in the Greenwood area.
So they just decided
they bailed.
And was it because
they sold
of
off
this?
the property?
Was it because of this
They
rent
knew
cap?
that rent caps that the rent control was proposed in the city for the last 20 years, 10 years, seriously talked about, put on the ballot numerous times, or at least discussed.
Finally done. Yeah.
They knew it was an inevitability that this city was going to go down this same stupid path that other cities have gone down. And they said, why? I can barely afford to do it now. They wanted to keep a nice, safe, coded, comfortable, attractive property where people wanted.
Which they also don't do. If you read the study, also landlords who stick it out because they have to or can't sell their properties, they invest less in the properties, so they become less valuable buildings.
Yes.
They don't look as good. Yeah. The people's experience living there ends up being worse because it becomes awful to live there.
It's an open sore, and then the leg rots, and then you're on a peg leg.
But hey, that's what people can look forward to in Seattle. I hope that they can course correct quicker than they did in Massachusetts.
I would
hope
took
so. 20 years.
Election results are in. We're going back to progressives.
We'll see what happens. All right, 1:30. There's another complaint from this one's crazy. This girl, she's complaining about college loans. She's got we're gonna play the audio and then we're gonna talk about how she got there because it's kind of bizarre. But I think it's a very, very common story and what's causing it. We'll talk about that next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Hi, it's John Curley. Longevity Medical Clinic has been helping people live longer, healthier lives for more than 25 years. I've recently talked with Dr. Mixon about his approach to proactively focusing on prevention. Dr. Mixon, I first met you in 2009, and I went in there and I told you I wasn't feeling well, couldn't gain any muscle mass, couldn't sleep well, I was stressed out, and you looked at me and you said, yeah, I know what your problem is.
And all we did was we measured your values and we moved your values back to those of a nice, healthy 25-year-old man.
I have taken your blood work to my doctor, and he was shocked. He couldn't believe the depth in which you study my blood.
We need to draw a distinction between living a long time and getting old. And that's what longevity is all about, is we are here to do the measurements and help you fix those problems.
So get your free health analysis. Go to longevitymedicalclinic.com. That's longevitymedicalclinic.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Are you trying to buy a new home, or are you a local real estate agent seeking financing for a client? We're all tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and endless guidelines. Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net.
But don't wait until after your flooding disaster.
DayandNight.net.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Now get $50 off the installation of any water heater.
DayandNight.net.
Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.com or 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Immigration arrests are surging across Washington, and as KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey tells us, the data show most of those taken into custody have no criminal record.
The numbers from the Deportation Data Project show under the Trump administration, not a single immigrant arrested in Washington state has been released under ICE monitoring. All of them remain in detention. The project also shows a dramatic spike in immigration arrests across Washington. 277 people taken into ICE custody in June alone. That's more than double the monthly high during the Trump administration. No response from ICE so far. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The Homeland Security tells us the Deportation Data Project is cherry-picking statistics. It claims 70% of all ICE arrests include criminal undocumented immigrants. The Lummi Nation is banishing a man accused of shooting a tribal officer. KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas.
The Lummi Nation Business Council issuing that punishment yesterday against Jesus Pinellas Agremont, an exclusion from all lands punishable by arrest if broken.
Now, police say Pinellas Agremont shot an officer 7 times last week when the officer went to check on his car in a ditch. Panuelos Agramon is charged with attempted murder. The officer there is recovering. Now to the closing bell reports. Amazon says it is giving the U.S. government a $1 billion discount on its cloud services. The General Services Administration says it'll help modernize its aging IT systems, boost AI innovation, and cut costs. That deal runs through 2028. Alaska Airlines catering crew is holding an informational picket at SeaTac Airport today. It's demanding better wages and health care. Anita Sates is president of Unite Here Local 8. It represents the caterers.
They, in theory, have access to health care, but it's very poor quality care with very high deductibles. And these are the only workers in Local 8 that we represent that don't have affordable, high-quality health care.
Now, Alaska passengers will still receive their meals today. About 800 workers cater for the Seattle-based airline. At the close today on Wall Street, mixed results. The Dow down 224, S&P lost 5, the Nasdaq gained 73 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk, we have Lori Hardy.
Hey, Aaron, Stephanie from Renton sent us some up-close photos of this accident in Olympia. We've added them to the ones on our website from WashDOT. 2 lanes of traffic still, actually 2 lanes are open now, and this is right about State Route 101 in Olympia, northbound I-5, a rollover and a big camper, and it has you jammed up in both directions of I-5. Southbound leaving Tacoma, it's going to take you 15 minutes longer to get to Olympia. 405 northbound at Sunset, we still have a stall in the right lane. 405 southbound in Bothell at 527. Look out for a collision also in the left lane. And making your drive Renton to Bellevue, a 21-minute drive, 3-minute delay. Highway 9 southbound at Cathcart in Snohomish, a stall in the left lane. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Drying out with increasing sunshine this afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Right now, 66 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. I see these videos all the time. These chase me around on the algorithms. They must know that I'm interested in this as a topic. Isn't it interesting, the stuff that algorithms show me and what they show you, and Laura, what you're seeing? It's all vastly different stuff. We're looking at the same sites.
But it's where you give your eyeballs. The amount of time you give, that's what's going to, he loves this topic.
He goes, look at that.
We watch these videos oftentimes for purposes of bringing the story to the audience. Mm-hmm. But next thing you know,
all you're seeing.
That's all we're seeing.
Yeah.
And we do it for you people. We do it for you. But we're the ones at home watching endless videos of weeping college graduates
complaining
in their cars
about their college loans,
in their cars, bemoaning their future, sipping their $33 smoothies.
Yeah, you're right.
Talking about being buried in debt and the no hope of a future. I'll never own a home. This bee pollen is delicious.
How could I possibly pay back?
If it weren't for the salmon semen in my smoothie, you could see how worried I am in the grocery.
That's a real thing.
It is.
All right. This is another one. This is like a whole subcategory now on X, and I don't know where this was posted originally, but it all kind of makes its way out to everything. Probably TikTok.
TikTok started.
I imagine it started on TikTok, and then it made its way over to us older folks on X.
Yeah, it's us. That's where we dig in.
That's where we dig in. Yep. So this girl's complaining about her student loans. I'm going to play you a little bit of this. We can have some thoughts on it afterwards. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of student loans when I graduated college. I understand what she's feeling to some extent. I did not have the opportunity when I graduated college. There really wasn't a place where you could just upload quick little videos of yourself complaining.
If you want to complain, you had to go to a bar.
You had to go to a bar.
You had to pay for a beer.
You had to make a friend.
You had to make a friend or belabor the bartender with your grief.
Yep. Or your parents if you're lucky. All right, here's what this girl had to say, and then we can get into it.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000, and I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. legal, bro.
This should not be legal, bro.
Clearly, her English degree really reaping dividends. I don't mean to be smacking on
we're not
on
laughing
these
at
kids.
her. We're not laughing at her.
I've got a kid that's about to find themselves in this world.
Yeah.
Of incredible
How are you guys approaching
that? It's hard. You know, it's funny you ask. It's hard to know what to expect given the shifting sand under the feet of borrowers and their families.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we signed up as parental co-signers on my kids' students' loans.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of people do.
My parents did as well.
But I don't think this addresses.
I still paid it back. My parents paid
Sure.
Yeah, that was they paid a quarter of my college tuition.
Yeah.
I paid 3/4.
Well, you're a good man. And I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this. I just wish I knew what to expect, because first off, people who get on these and where we come in as older people, at least myself. You see these kids, and they've got genuine concern about a genuine, disturbing set of future possibilities and options for these kids. Where this girl's paying $1,300 a month, she said. $1,500 a month for 2 years. And she now owes less than when she started. More than when she started.
That's what she claims,
and more than she borrowed to go to school. And I think she's right, because here's my point. The interest rate on these loans is ridiculously, it's predatory. And I get that's what we signed up for. I get it. But there was a point where you could know what to expect from your monthly payments. As per the new big beautiful bill, it goes into effect July 1st. There's a provision in this that's going to change the repayment structure, not capping it by a percentage of your monthly income. And kids poor Kourtney Kardashian. Her name wasn't Kourtney Kardashian. That's who she was pleading to for relief. Her payment's going to balloon to an insurmountable amount of monthly debt.
This girl, though, something's not adding up about her story. Her interest rate is
17%. She said
that's not a federal interest rate. That's insane. At the 2025-26 school year rate, it's fixed. It's 6.39%. So I don't understand where she's getting 17% from. It's possible that she also has additional. She has private loans as well. That's possible.
Well, there you go. Because we had the video earlier in the week.
Those are typically, according to the website that I saw, around 12 to 13%. So it's possible that she's adding those two numbers together.
Yeah.
She probably can't get that second private student loan on her own without having a cosigner. So that would be then a parental decision. That if she was 17 when she got it.
Yeah.
Private borrowers are not going to lend money in that amount to a 17-year-old without collateral from the parents.
Agreed.
So that's a parental decision. They should probably talk to her about what you can expect to pay back. I do think, though, that college has gotten crazy expensive.
That's the root of the issue. I agree with you.
I was looking at this. I don't think a big, beautiful bill's affecting her in this way, but I will say that what she's locked into was pre-Big Beautiful Bill.
Yeah, none of the Big Beautiful Bill's provisions have taken effect yet.
Listen to this. I was looking at these numbers here. This is private, and I don't know what college she went to. She's got $90,000 student loan debt. I don't know if it was in-state, out-of-state, private,
Who knows?
whatever.
Who knows? We don't know what she studied.
Yeah.
Let's not assume it was a basket weaving,
but it's gotten a lot more
underwater sewing degree.
College has gotten a lot more expensive. In 2005, the average tuition at a in-state school in the country average was $5,275.
This was 20 years ago.
It's 20 years ago. Now that number is around 13, so almost 3 times that amount.
Right.
In the last 20 years. Now, 20 years is a long time, but still, that's a big increase. Private, though, education has increased. In 2005, the average private college tuition was $21,476. Right now, on average, it's nearly $50,000.
Right.
I mean, that's like, again, it's
doubled.
It's doubled.
If not a little
more
more
than doubled,
yeah.
but it's a massive, massive number. That's a ton of money to ask these people to pay back. So that's like, if she's going to a private school, that's $200,000 that she would have in debt. And then you get out and you're paying whatever interest rate, maybe she's paying 6%, whatever it is. That's a lot of money to pay back.
It's insurmountable money for a lot of these kids. That's why they have this feeling of hopelessness and desperation. We talked about this before the show started. For me, when I went to college, the tuitions I'm paying, my kids are paying, I'm paying.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, transparent, is 10 times what I paid to go to school.
Sure.
10 times. So that was of course 45 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but still,
when I started college,
I bet you
but
percentage-wise, it's more expensive to go to college now than it was.
Here's why I think we find ourselves where we find ourselves. Student loan, government backed.
Okay.
Student loan is unforgivable. You can't go bankrupt and lose your and forgive your student loans.
You can't claim bankruptcy on a student
It's
loan.
guaranteed money. So here are schools who find themselves with this guarantee of debt, student debt. Schools they don't care what, they don't care.
That's a good bet for them.
It's a great bet for them.
Yeah.
They can charge whatever they want. Kids
Risky borrower comes in,
give them $200 even a solid borrower is going to come in.
Yeah.
Right? Now, they predicate these incredible interest rates on the fact, well, we don't know. These are young people. We don't know. And we got these incredible interest rates because they're risky borrowers. That's fair. But when schools can charge whatever they want because they know the government's going to give the money to whoever asks and they'll never get it forgiven. They're always going to be on the hook for it.
Schools always going to
Why
get
wouldn't
paid.
schools keep raising tuitions again and again and again and again?
That's crazy.
And the solution to student debt isn't debt relief. I think some people deserve debt relief, but I think it's the interest rates that people. I think if you're a risky borrower and you got a high interest rate, great. If you've made solid repayments for 5 years, you're no longer a risky borrower. Have your debt reassessed. Have your interest rate go down to a market fair interest number.
It's like refinancing your house or something.
Yes.
More favorable.
Student loans shouldn't be so predatory, and kids shouldn't be buried in student debt.
Parents also need to be giving this advice to their kids.
Agreed.
They should go, hey, you know what? Maybe do 2 years at a
how about picking up a
community
wrench?
college.
See if you like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever you're studying, is it going to be worth $200,000 in student debt?
Drive by a plumber's house. Show them how nice that place is. See if it lets you in behind the gate.
It's paid for.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the luxe staples insiders swear by, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
I saw her texting coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night. And that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwes.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done. And he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
And we identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings, departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
You've seen the tricks on TV. Now, see them live. Michael Carbonaro is bringing his mind-blowing magic and laugh-out-loud comedy to Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. From disappearing cars to transforming creatures, Carbonaro Lies on Stage will leave you questioning everything. Don't miss it. Friday, September 19th at Rivers Run Event Center. Tickets on sale now starting at $49. Must be 18 plus. Visit angelofthewinds.com to grab your seats.
All right, welcome back to the show. We've done a bunch of pretty heady topics. We don't normally get into stuff like that on this show. Normally, it's like the topic we're about to discuss. AMC Theaters is finally... This is no less important to me than college debt. This is just as important to me as college debt.
Oh, interesting.
Listen to this. AMC Theaters is now working, according to this Deadline article, to shorten the amount of ads that are shown before their films. When's the last time you guys went and saw a movie? Recently?
We just saw a movie within the last month.
What'd you see?
We saw the Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Jurassic Park. There you go. Laura, what's the last movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Oh, Barbie?
Barbie. Okay.
Last summer, right?
No, you know what it was? It was, did you guys see Civil War? But it was last year.
Yeah, Civil War. Yeah, I know it. I didn't see it, but I know it. Yeah.
Dark.
It was, yeah, I do believe.
It's a documentary, wasn't it?
Wasn't that with Jesse Plemons?
Yeah, gosh, she was terrifying.
He's a great actor.
Oh,
he's so great.
Shivered on my spine. He was so
He's
scary in that
a
movie.
weird-looking bird to be. He's a great actor.
He's so great.
He is just
He's one of my
an
favorite
off-putting
actors.
looking feller.
I love watching him.
Yeah.
Kristen Dunst. He's married to Kristen Dunst. Yeah. They met on the set of, what was the movie? What's the show? Set in North Dakota, South Dakota.
Oh, Fargo?
Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on Fargo. Anyway, if you went to a movie recently, you probably noticed, I think the last movie I went to was, I don't know, some kids movie recently. And I'm there with my sons, and you're sitting there.
You went to the Minecraft movie.
Minecraft. Thank you, Spike. Yes, I went and saw the
I'm
Minecraft
here for
movie.
you, buddy. I didn't have to wrangle 4 kids. It's easy for me to remember.
Yes.
All you have to remember is who went to the bathroom. Where is that 4th kid?
I said, I don't want to remember this. This is too painful.
Go on.
The amount of ads.
Tell me the good news.
The amount of ads that we're sitting through before these movies is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I could not fathom how long these ads were. And AMC theaters apparently have been doing this thing where they've been notifying ticket buying portals. So when people buy tickets online, there's a little thing on your ticket that says, please allow 25 to 30 extra minutes for trailers and additional content before the movie starts. 30 minutes ahead of the movie time.
So if I buy a ticket for a 7 o'clock
2:30 showing,
2:30 matinee showing of a movie, it's not going to start until 3
o'clock, according to this AMC thing.
And this is trailers and additional content.
Additional content, because it's not just trailers now. Now it's like, oh, let's watch a soda pop ad, or let's watch an ad for Liz Claiborne, or whatever stupid stuff that they're trying to sell you. And I have noticed, have you guys noticed this when you go to these movies? How long you're sitting there before the movie starts?
Yeah.
And everybody kind of, like, the experience of going to the movie is so fun. I love the crowd aspect. I love the community feeling of like, oh, we're all going to laugh together. We're all going to be scared together.
Right.
That's why people go to the movie. Exactly.
You bet.
It's all heightened because it's in a big group of people. And you also are sitting there all rolling your eyes at these 30 minutes of pre-movie ads. And I love trailers before movies. Those are fun.
I love trailers as well.
But 30 minutes? Who has the time?
I mean, I'm not going. I'll roll in like 20 minutes late because I know that that's coming. And now that you can pre-reserve your seat in almost every theater in advance, I don't have to get there early to get that perfect middle row seat that I want.
Because that's why I always had to struggle and sit through trailers and ads.
Because to get your seat.
So you're not sitting, in the corner.
Or with your head straight up.
I can't sit in the first couple rows.
I wouldn't go.
I can't do it.
Nausea.
Yeah, I'd get so sick. So the reason they're actually doing this is not because we all hate it so much, but because the people who own the movie theaters got in touch with AMC. AMC owns a bunch of their own theaters, obviously, but the movie executives who are putting out these other trailers for these new movies that they want people to sit through. They have found that folks are doing exactly what you guys just described, which is they're just showing up late. They're just skipping the whole theater, the trailer process altogether because they know I got 30 minutes from the time that this ticket says the movie starts before the movie actually kicks in. So they're just skipping the whole thing. So all these production companies, all these like studios are like, hey, AMC, you got to stop this. Nobody's coming into the movie when it starts. They're not seeing our content, so they don't know what's coming up.
So, I mean, we've been hearing stories ever since, I don't even want to say the pandemic, which shut down all theatrical viewership for a couple, 3 years. But the advent of home movie screening.
Oh, it's so good.
Right? It's great to watch a movie at home, right?
Yeah, I don't have to wear pants.
So theater revenue has been taking hits.
Oh, hugely.
How do they make it if they can't have the additional ad revenue? How do you thread this needle of keeping theaters, okay, you don't want to sit for 20 minutes of ads? We get it. But without that ad money, how do theaters stay open?
Well, it's all, for the theaters, it's all concessions.
Jack up the price of popcorn?
Which is why every theater now offers awesome food and booze and all the fun stuff.
I would say the last time I went, I ordered food. It was delivered. I ate it before the movie started.
I know. Yes.
All of it.
And it's supposed to be an enjoyable mid-movie snack.
For the movie, right.
Yeah, you're 100%. It's crazy.
I had to get a second pizza to watch the movie.
Well, that's not so bad.
It wasn't bad.
It's not the worst thing in the world. I had to have 2 extra drinks at that movie.
Made the movie better, gotta say.
It does
that
make
second
the movie
pie really made the movie better.
More ads.
Also, I don't know what I'm talking about. I saw Wicked most recently.
Oh, okay.
Which
Wicked.
was amazing. I saw it multiple times.
A lot of ads, though. You probably sat through 5 movies worth of ads.
Again, I didn't. I show up late.
Oh, there you go.
Smartest kid in the room.
Smart. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Jim Singletary here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we're not afraid to tell you no. Looking for a roofing company that'll do cheap, fast work and just cover up the problem? No, that's not us. Want a quick quote without a real inspection? Nope. Just want a price without knowing your options? Not happening. Look, we don't want to tell you no, but if saying yes means cut corners, bad results, or wasted money, we won't do it. Period. And here's the deal. Seattle gets 150 rainy days a year. That's not wait and see weather, it's call Roof Smart now weather. We say no to leaky roofs, sloppy work, and bad estimates, and yes to thorough inspections, accurate quotes, and top quality work that actually lasts. So if you want an honest roofer who's not afraid to say no to bad work, call Roof Smart today at 206-487-4877 or visit GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
Looking for an epic summer night in Seattle? Be here for the Mariners Drone Show at T-Mobile Park, Friday, August 22nd, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It is Grand Salami time! Cal Raleigh with his third Grand Slam of the season.
The team is taking on the A's at 7:10, and after the game, we'll be lighting up the sky with hundreds of drones, celebrating Mariners icons past and present. Don't miss out on a jaw-dropping post-game show.
He got him! He puts him away, and the ball game is over. Another phenomenal save by Andres Munoz.
Head to Mariners.com to grab your seats and see the full lineup of special events, including Kids Appreciation Day, Sunday, August 24th, and the Logan Gilbert Funko Pop giveaway, September 8th to 10th. Plus, check out a great slate of marquee interleague matchups against the Padres, Cardinals, and Dodgers.
Julio clubs this deep out to left field and gone. Julio for the second time.
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with some great news. I'm with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and owner of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, you guys just increased your community coverage.
That's right, Brock. We like to say we're in your neighborhood. We have you covered here at IRG. We just added 2 fantastic locations. One is in Harbor Square in the Edmonds Bowl, and the other one is in the Mill Creek Town Center, right to the entrance to Mill Creek Town Center. So we'll be able to provide fantastic care to all of us and everybody's neighborhood.
You know I love it. Expert physical and hand therapy right in your neighborhood.
That's right. We're in your neighborhood. We want to be your neighborhood family physical therapist. We'll take care of you, your family, and your neighbor.
And remember, no referral needed, just personalized care when and where you need it. Visit IRGPT.com and schedule your appointment today. With over 40 convenient locations, IRG is right in your neighborhood, and now 2 new spots as well. That's IRGPT.com, IRGPT.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. It's unclear now where things stand in President Trump's efforts to win the war in Ukraine.
I don't like long waits. I think it's a shame.
He was asked by reporters just minutes ago if the deadline of tomorrow still stands for Russian President Putin to agree to some sort of deal.
It's going to be up to him. We're going to see what he has to say. It's going to be up to him. Very disappointing.
Trump had proposed talks. The Kremlin said today it was possible next week. A senior FBI official who served as acting director in the first weeks of the Trump administration has been forced out. Jake Rosen reports Brian Driscoll is one of 3 exits from the Bureau.
Driscoll, importantly, was the FBI agent, obviously at the top of that organization for a very short period of time, who slowed down and tried to stop the Trump administration's move to gather information on the agents who worked on the Trump investigations and also January 6th. That is hundreds of agents.
In the Texas redistricting battle, Senator John Cornyn claims he's now gotten the FBI involved in bringing back Democratic lawmakers. Reporter Trevor Sohaki.
We're still not sure exactly what level of involvement the FBI is going
going to be in this case? Are they going to be going across state lines? Are they going to physically arrest these lawmakers and bring them back into Texas?
A federal judge has ordered a temporary halt to construction of the Immigration Detention Center in Florida known as Alligator Alcatraz. Attorneys are arguing over whether it violates environmental laws. Eleanor Watson reports from the Pentagon some transgender service members will be losing benefits.
The Air Force is denying early retirement benefits for transgender service members with 15 to 18 years of service, even though they're being forced to retire early. The Pentagon has required all transgender service members to either self-identify to leave or gradually be pushed out.
Linda Kenyon reports the administration's canceling billions of dollars in funding for solar energy programs.
The $7 billion grant program approved under the Biden administration was meant to help pay for residential solar projects for nearly 1 million homes in low-income communities. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, who released a statement calling the funding a boondoggle, said authority for the program was eliminated under President Trump's tax and spending bill signed into law last month. Environmental groups, state departments of energy, and other clean energy advocates have threatened lawsuits to prevent the EPA from killing the grants.
In Israel, the Security Cabinet's weighing a possible expansion of the war in Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu said on Fox today that Israel would take control of Gaza. On Wall Street today, stocks finished lower, the Dow off 224. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
Coming up, shots fired inside an emergency room. The story after we go to Lori Hardy at the real-time traffic desk.
And traffic is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Well, that accident northbound I-5 at State Route 101 has cleared to the shoulder, but still huge delays in both directions of I-5. Tacoma to Olympia now is an hour, 17 minutes. It's just about a 7-minute delay at this time. Linwood to Seattle, just under an hour, 23-minute delay. And we are starting to see slowdown now heading into Bellevue from Linwood. Beat inflation at Lake Washington Windows and Doors for a limited time. Save with 20% inflation discounts and 18-month free financing. Learn more at lakewashingtonwindows.com. I'm Lori, real-time KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The search continues today for the man who opened fire at Tacoma's multi-care Allen Moore Hospital, killing a man and injuring a woman. This happened last night in the ER. Tacoma PD Shelby Boyd tells KIRO 7 TV a fight outside that hospital between the suspect and victim spilled inside.
We're trying to interview the witnesses, interview the victim that's alive, and then getting into the video surveillance.
Emergency room is now back open and running as usual. A hiker from North Carolina drowned at Colchuck Lake near Leavenworth. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the 30-year-old man was swimming with the group when he went underwater Sunday night. Another group rushed in to help. They performed CPR for an hour while they waited for search and rescue crews, but that victim did not survive. Top 2 vote-getters in the race for Seattle's mayor now set their focus on the November general election. Here's KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
With the primary now in the rearview mirror, Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell finds himself in the position of underdog. Harrell trails progressive candidate Katie Wilson by 4.5%, or about 5,000 votes, with a handful still to be counted. If the mayor is worried, he's not letting it show.
We knew this would be a challenging race, but we saw a similar close race in 2021 and a large margin of victory in the general election.
Katie Wilson says she is encouraged and will lean on her ground game to combat the mayor's war chest. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Well, tonight's Seahawks preseason opener could be a make or break for some players trying to make the squad. Coach Mike McDonald says there is a lot to play for.
Going against other people is really exciting. Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun, and we want to win the game. So that's how we'll call it, and that's how we'll handle all the situations.
Now, this game is also a reunion as former Hawks coach Pete Carroll and quarterback Geno Smith return to Lumen Field. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors, setting up to be a nice night for some football. We'll see increasing sunshine this afternoon, highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. Right now, 66 and partly cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO Newsradio.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of great stuff to get to. This story scared the heck out of me. This is my worst nightmare. Well, it's maybe not worse, but it's pretty high up there. I'm not a fan of snakes, as I have expressed to you all many, many times. In particular, I do have a phobia I can share with you, toilet snakes. Does anybody else have that phobia? Snakes that climb up into your toilet? That's a real thing, Spike.
I didn't until about 30 seconds ago. Thanks a lot.
Dory used to give me a lot of flack about it. And every time... This is just here's a little peek behind the curtain of my relationship with Dory. When I was producing for him, he knew that I had this fear. I don't know how it came out. We were just like joking about snakes one day or something. And I told him, yeah, I actually have a fear of snakes in the toilet, a weird phobia. And he thought it was hilarious. And so every time he would see a story anywhere in the world about a snake in a toilet or just even like an image that popped up in a story where a snake was in a toilet. He might have just been looking up snakes in toilets as well. He would send me, even after we stopped working together, he would send me messages with a link. He'd be like, hey, check this out. And I'd click on it and there's a snake in a toilet. He continued this for years. And every time it scared the heck out of me, but it was also hilarious. So I had to give him credit for that. But it's a real phobia. It's a real thing that people have.
Oh, I hear you.
Also, spiders in toilets. Some people don't like that. I'm not as afraid of that, but snakes are freaky, especially in like countries where it actually happens. They climb up into the sewers.
In the pipes. Yeah, they come through the plumbing.
Disgusting. So here, when I saw this story out of Mill Creek, I was shocked. They found 4 ball pythons in a local nature preserve. No, those are not native to this area.
No.
We don't have ball pythons.
No,
this is Florida.
This continent.
Yeah, not even this continent.
Right.
Continent. They're also not native to the Everglades, which is a real problem in Florida because they have flourished there now and are eating all of the native species.
They got to put bounties out. They have annual hunting contests with permits and prize money.
Here's prize money.
And good-looking boots.
Yep. So they found these ball pythons, which are native to Africa. This was a Como News story that we saw. So what they think happened was they said likely somebody had these as pets.
Yeah.
Either moved out of the area and didn't want to take them with or just decided they were a hassle. And so they dumped these 4 baby ball pythons. Actually, probably what happened was a mama snake had some babies. They didn't want to take care of them. So they dumped these ball pythons. In fact, we have some audio here. This is Isaac Peterson. He runs the reptile zoo in, I believe this is the one up in Monroe.
On Route 2, you bet, yeah.
So he talks about being called in to capture the snakes. Two of the 4 have lived, unfortunately, because we have very cold nights.
Oh.
2 of the other snakes perished.
Well, even though I hate snakes, I still feel bad.
Me too. I had that same feeling.
Yeah.
I was conflicted because I hate them. I hate snakes. Yeah. And still, I felt bad because they didn't ask for it.
I mean, who else do you call? I mean, even during the summertime, the nights are just too cold, so they don't do well. So if you don't pick them up soon, they're gonna die. Yeah, they're babies. Everyone loves baby animals, and they're also morphs. So everyone loves the different variations that are out there. They're the most common pet snake now in the United States, ball pythons. I think the biggest thing is you got to be really passionate because you're thinking, ball pythons. You're thinking 15, 30 years out.
Think about that. If you do want to adopt one of these pets.
Are they available for adoption?
They're going to be available for adoption, I believe, once they're re-fattened up. They lost a little bit of weight.
Back to health.
Back to health. Currently, they're being held at the Reptile Zoo in Monroe, but they will be rehomed. But he did say that they sometimes last up to like 30 years. So if you're going to get one of these snakes, you're going to have it for many, many years if you're a good owner. So you got to just be aware of that before you adopt it.
I was just looking at ball python, 3 to 5 feet maximum length for females, 2 to 3 feet for males. So we're not talking about some 30-foot Burmese like they got that in Florida.
Scary. Yeah, pythons are freaky. I feel a little bit better about pythons because they move slower.
Yeah.
Not in water. If you get a python in water,
they swim.
You're done. But I am not as worried about them on land. They are big though, and they're creepy, and I don't like them. But we do take the kids from time to time to the reptile zoo up in Monroe, and I was sad to learn at the end of the story that's going to be closing. The reptile zoo is going to be closing permanently.
What?
And yeah, they say they're going to be closing permanently. They encourage visitors to get the word out and
30
visit
years.
while they're still in operation, but it's going to go away. They just never recovered after COVID. People didn't want to go in as much.
Really? I mean, because I know he used to have a business where he would bring these reptiles to schools.
He's the reptile man.
Yeah. Both of my kids had the reptile man come through.
Isn't that sad?
I did too. Yeah.
And it's, as much as I hate snakes, it's a cool spot to go and, I think he's got an albino alligator up there.
Wow.
And you can see, all these cool reptiles.
What if he makes a really weeping video in the front seat of his car and appeals to Jeff Bezos or Kourtney Kardashian?
Maybe Kourtney Kardashian will
sell
send
one
him
of
a
your
check.
8 mansions and build a reptile house. How about if we just move into one of her houses?
Smart, yeah.
Bezos probably has a house he's not using.
Probably, although it's not his main residence for tax reasons.
Sure. Donate it.
Donate
Tax
it.
write-off. Boom.
For this snake guy. That'd be nice.
That's a real loss to this community.
It is a loss. It's a cool thing. Yeah, it's out Monroe. It's just, I think it's right before you get to, what is it, Index out there? What's after Monroe?
It's east of Monroe on the way to Index. By that, is it past that little roadside chapel?
Yep.
Adorable little roadside chapel.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool spot out there. So if you're in the...
And all the snakes are in this zoo. That's the best part.
Yes.
Not all of them, but
and they're behind
glass.
Glass.
Beautiful.
You're not going to touch them unless
you
that's
wanna.
part of the experience.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good news that he saved a couple of those snakes. Here's another thing that's cool that they saved. Listen to this. Firefighters were able to save in the Bear Gulch fires. Have you been watching those and kind of following
I got a
those?
friend who's there right now.
Really?
At their lake property on Lake Cushman.
Have they been noticing tons of smoke?
I showed you some pictures. Then I know day 2, day 4,
was
day
that
6.
Bear Gulch fire?
That's the Bear Gulch fire at Lake Cushman.
Pretty intense.
Incredible smoke.
So as of August 4th, so this is 3 days old, but they had like 5,000 acres had already burned. They were only 3% contained. I imagine that number has climbed a little bit, probably in both cases. But so they're fighting a fire over there, and one of the things that they were worried about was this 1,000-year-old tree, which, Laura, I believe you've seen this in person, right? You've been to this 1,000-year-old tree?
I've stood next to it. I've taken a picture with it. That's not me in that picture.
That's
That's
my friend who's got the cabin over there, family cabin over in Cushman.
Is your friend in the?
Yes, I'm not sure which one it is. Yes, that's in the root system. The fallen tree.
So the tree has fallen.
1,000-year-old tree.
But it fell a long time ago. This is as a result of the fire.
Yeah, exactly. But they were in fear of losing this to this fire.
But they were able to save it. How did they save it? They just fought the fire around it and stopped it from happening?
I believe they saturated it with water.
So it didn't burn.
Let me double check the. Yeah,
smart. These pictures are amazing, though. When you think about like our region before it was heavily logged. Think about all these trees that used to be up there that were this size. Can you imagine what that? I mean, just like have you been to
giants?
Laura? Have you been to the Redwoods?
Oh yeah.
Spike, have you been down there?
No.
You've never been to the Redwoods?
I know. I've never been to the Great Redwood Forest.
You gotta go.
I know.
Especially if you love trees. I mean, if you're from here, it's like
I do. It's amazing.
It's like Nirvana.
I've seen old growth, but that's nothing.
Nothing
compared to the giants of Northern California.
I'm
waiting until they cut them down and make a paper out of them. I'll just buy letters.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, just wait till they cut them all down.
I really should.
Get down there. Take a 3-day weekend. You could do it in a 3-day weekend, maybe 4. It's beautiful. You just can't fathom. Like when I look at the picture, we have this up on YouTube right now for the live audience. You just can't fathom the size of it. It's so massive. With this thing standing up, like how tall is this, Laura, laying on its side? Just the trunk.
I would probably be 3 of me to stack to the top.
3 of you standing on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
so that's what 12 feet.
It's 12 feet.
I kid. No, but I think that's about 30 foot in the from
the trunk diameter.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Yeah,
that's a big tree.
That's a big tree. The picture we had from my friend has 3 people standing in it there. You can see the bottom picture. That is not even a quarter.
Yeah, you got to get down to the Redwoods. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite campgrounds too. So I really hope that they're able to save some of the wilderness around it.
Scary.
Yeah.
Good for them for fighting it off though. They were also, what do they wrap? They wrapped some buildings.
They protected some historic buildings
in foil.
Look at this. Yeah, as a flame retardant.
Yeah.
The buildings will of course baked with delicious, crispy goodness inside that aluminum foil wrapping.
I hope there's no one left in there.
Right?
It's hot in there.
They should fill them with popcorn.
How long did that take? This
Feed
isn't
the
Reynolds wrap, is
firefighters.
it? This
Look
must
at
be
that.
like a
It's
special firefighter
It's
thing?
a flame retardant aluminum blanket. It's like they used in firefighting.
So this isn't just like a bunch of Reynolds.
Go to Costco and get the big rolls and wrap it up.
Take forever. Can you imagine if that was your job?
Look at the
entry-level firefighter job is just wrapping buildings in tinfoil.
And you practice on the new guy.
You could also joke them. You could also play tricks on them where like there's actually no building under there. It's like, do you guys remember in The Office when Jim was wrapping Dwight stuff and
yes,
in like Christmas wrapping?
Yes,
he wrapped his whole desk and it wasn't really in there. It would be a huge waste of time, especially if there's a fire looming. Like it's probably not the best time to do pranks on your fellow firefighters.
This not at this juncture, not at this moment. You ever had somebody wrap in an office? You ever seen that happen in real time?
Wrap a desk?
Wrap a whole cubicle.
No,
I have.
I can tell you what we're going to be doing this Christmas, though.
I have. I was back when I first got into radio. It was back at the old KSW studios on Aurora. Came into work one day, and for somebody's birthday, they had wrapped their entire cubicle.
Perfect.
Seat, computer, keyboard, phone, everything.
See, those are we should do that.
Yeah, it's just a
pick somebody,
lovely
Let's let the
gesture.
audience recommend.
Well, a target, right?
Target.
Who would you like us to target?
Who would you like us to target in a fun office prank, and then we'll film it for you, and then we will make a segment out of it. You let us know on the text line 888-973-5476.
This is the
or
same
the YouTube
people.
page.
This is the same people that would during Apple Cup week.
Yeah,
these people went nuts. The Cougars and Huskies in the office went nuts. Like they would take an office and fill it with a cougar with purple and gold balloons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, to a point where you can't open.
I thought you were going to say
door.
apples. I was like, that's weighty.
No,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's dedication to the cause.
A lot of apples.
No, just with purple and gold balloons. I love that kind of stuff.
Fun stuff. All right, here's something else that we found that we thought was interesting. This one struck me because this is a police chase. A lot of times they just won't chase people. They will stop chasing them because they deem it unsafe, or it's at the officer's discretion.
Right.
Used to be against the law. They wouldn't chase anybody, which was crazy, unless there was like really, really specific. This person is in imminent danger.
A witness of violent crime being committed, right?
They just assaulted somebody with a weapon
and
or something.
You had to witness it. Couldn't just hear stories or reports of it.
Yeah.
Cop would have to witness it to chase somebody.
So now, thankfully, that's that law has been changed. So now police can pursue. It is up to them still. But listen to this police chase, because this is wild. It actually made me think of Dukes of Hazzard. This was, where was this at? This was in Tacoma. So you have a motorcycle rider who collides with a
stolen motorcycle.
A stolen motorcycle who collides with a vehicle. The vehicle driver pulls a gun on the motorcycle rider and then chases the motorcycle rider. The two of and these people are being chased by cops. The two of those drivers, now we have the stolen motorcycle, the first driver,
the struck vehicle
with a gun, chasing
armed.
the motorcycle driver.
Yeah.
Those two then get into an accident with a third driver. That third driver joins into the chase to chase the first driver with the gun who's chasing the motorcycle, who stole the motorcycle. And now you have three drivers. The third driver is on the phone with 911, not shooting at anybody with any guns or anything.
Just say, hey, this guy
talking
hit me,
with 911, saying,
fled
hey,
the scene.
Giving updates to 911 so that Tacoma police officers are able to get to the scene through the 911 call. And when they do, they arrest the stolen motorcycle rider and then the second driver who, or the first driver who pulled the gun on the motorcycle
a firearm.
and who also ran into the second car.
And fled the scene in pursuit of the stolen motorcycle
It's
guy.
tough to even keep track of this story, but hopefully we've conveyed it to you. It did said, thankfully, nobody was injured.
That's amazing.
That's the best part.
Amazing.
That's the end of the story. Nobody was injured. Crazy chaos. 3 different vehicles. 1 gun. 1 stolen motorcycle. 1 cop. Nobody's hurt.
3 drivers, 2 cops, 1 gun, no injuries.
0 injuries.
That's amazing.
Feels like a credit card commercial.
Priceless.
All right. Finally, this is just kind of a weird grab bag of stuff. So we're reaching into the grab bag and we're pulling out.
Please don't do the WNBA story.
This WNBA story.
No, don't reach in.
What am I holding in my hands? This is the WNBA is really, really trying to stop this sex device thing that's happening. It's sweeping the nation. A third one was thrown. 2 people have now been arrested. So,
one guy on a stolen motorcycle. No, I'm kidding.
No. So the first guy who threw one of these, I believe, was arrested.
Right.
A second guy has now been arrested. He's only 18 years old. I do feel this was a stupid thing to do.
Yes.
He should not have done it. But I do feel like an 18-year-old doing a stupid thing because he saw it online, and he threw a thing onto a court, attempted to.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel a little bit bad for him. I feel like he may have gotten swept up in, the 18-year-old brain. The 18-year-old male brain is not thinking correctly.
Caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
especially when it comes to this kind of thing.
So listen to this. Caden Lopez, 18 years old, was arrested after police say he was caught on video. Again, everything in arenas on video. So I can't imagine what they were thinking. Caught on video throwing this object onto the court at the Phoenix Mercury game, playing against the Connecticut Sun, according to Fox 10 Phoenix. The object did not reach the court. Instead, it hit a fan who was at the game with his 9-year-old niece. So it hit a fan, fell on the ground,
flopped to the floor. I didn't write this.
This is the we don't have audio of this, dude. No, we don't. This is the description from Fox 10 in Phoenix. They say video footage from Lopez, again, 18 years old, sitting in his seat. He retrieves the green device from his sweater front pocket. He then throws the device forward. He then stands up and leaves the area. Obviously, he doesn't want any blowback. Yeah. It never made it to the court because his throw wasn't great. I don't imagine there's a whole lot of practicing that's happening. It's not like he's at home throwing back and forth a baseball with his dad.
He might want to warm up.
Hey, old man, can we toss this back and forth?
How about a catch, Dad?
Yeah. That's awful. You want to have a catch pop? Sure, son. So it's not a baseball. So this kid, apparently, he reportedly apologized for what he did, and he described it as, quote, a stupid prank that was trending on social media. Yes. All of that is true. But the fan who was struck wants him fully prosecuted to the extent of the law. And as does the WNBA, who wants to nip this one in the bud. They say the adult male victim was interviewed. He stated that he was watching the WNBA game with his 9-year-old niece when something hit his back, then fell to the ground next to him. He realized that the object that hit him was a device, and he desires prosecution.
What do you
do in this case?
What do you charge? Is it assault?
So they have
reckless endangerment. What do you charge him with? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things. There's indecent. What do they charge him with? There's indecent something that they charge. I'm sorry.
Public indecency. I imagine does that merit a sex aid, toy, whatever you want to call this thing?
Yeah, public indecency, indecent exposure, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct. These are all things that you can't do.
Criminal trespass. I guess to bring something like that in would be with intent to violate the rules of the arena, whatever.
Disorderly conduct. So he's going to spend possibly some time in jail. Again, I don't know. I feel like there's some grace that we could give this kid.
Yeah. I mean, he's a kid. I understand that's embarrassing for the person who was hit with it, and a public apology, public shame is probably, I think, maybe enough for an 18-year-old.
This wasn't a serial man
guy doing this. And he was his fifth arena in 7 days.
Yeah, he did it once. Yeah, he wasn't responsible for the other ones.
Did you see where the WNBA has issued an official no bag policy at all their home games, all their games?
To stop this from happening.
People can't bring anything, no bags. No bags.
But in this case, they stuck it in a sweater.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? It's going to happen again.
Some embarrassing frisking could be taking place.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Is that a something in your pocket, or are you just
excited?
Actually, yes.
I was excited about seeing tonight's game. Yeah.
Horrible.
People are so unexcited about the game they have to bring. Never mind.
Stop throwing these on the court. Jeez Louise.
I think asking people not to is not the way to get it done.
It's going to just
let it die on its own.
Let it die. It's going to cause it to happen more. You're totally right. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this?
Back of the end zone. Touchdown! Seahawks! Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard. The smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Save up to 25% on new air conditioning and heat pump systems during the final days of Home Comfort Alliance warehouse clearance sale. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Tacoma voters should soon learn if they'll get to vote on a workers' bill of rights. As KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports, the City Council set a special meeting for tomorrow.
Measure 2 would, among other things, set Tacoma's minimum wage at $20 an hour and increase protections for workers. At a recent City Council meeting, members of the local business community expressed their concerns. Andrea Ray is the CEO of the Tacoma-Pierce County Chamber of Commerce. She says some businesses might not survive if it's passed.
As written, Measure 2 creates real challenges for our local economy.
But supporters say it's needed to address the high cost of living in Tacoma. If the City Council does not approve Measure 2, then it will go to voters. It's just not clear exactly when. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
3 of the 5 injured soldiers in yesterday's shooting at a military base have been released from the hospital. 2 more are still being treated. Investigators are still searching for a motive in that shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia. The accused gunman is an active duty sergeant, currently awaiting charges. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey now with new data on immigration arrests in our states.
The new numbers from the Deportation Data Project show a dramatic spike in immigration arrests across Washington. 277 people taken into ICE custody in June alone. That's more than double the monthly high during the Trump administration. The data also reveals a striking detail. Most of those arrested have no criminal record. While that continues a trend seen under both the Obama and Biden administrations, current Homeland Security officials claim many of those detained do have criminal histories, just not in the U.S. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
It's about to cost more to hop on a Washington State ferry. The State Transportation Commissioner, Debbie Young, says they had no choice but to raise rates. It's the only way to meet revenue goals set by lawmakers, she says.
Given the revenue targets that the legislature set for the ferry system, I feel like we've come to a fair proposal that does the best job we can.
Fares will jump 3% starting October 1st, another hike due in May. Commission also approved a 35% summer peak season surcharge. Real-time traffic now at 2:33. We go to Lori Hardy.
The Edmonds-Kingston ferry right now, you've got a 1-hour wait, and traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Just cleared an accident westbound 90 at Rainier. Already seeing big slowing into Seattle on both lake bridges, mostly jamming up there at I-5. Linwood to Seattle starts jamming up right about Northgate, already a 21-minute delay from Linwood into Seattle. Bellevue to Federal Way, just under an hour. Bothell to Bellevue, a 2-minute delay. Southbound I-5 continues very slow past Joint Base Lewis McChord, and both directions of I-5 at State Route 100 still very heavy because of that earlier rollover accident. It does look like everything is cleared over to the shoulder. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. The rain has come and gone. We are starting to clear out a bit, still mostly cloudy with some sun breaks as well. Highs today in the upper 60s and low 70s. Right now, 66 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, yesterday, I believe this was just yesterday, right, Spike? Is that right? This Apple announcement?
The Oval Office.
Oval Office.
Yeah.
Tim Cook, who runs Apple, who runs Apple over there, just that little company you may have heard of. He was in the Oval Office with President Trump to announce that they're going to be investing more in the U.S. This comes after, I think, back in May, Trump posted this, and I think this is probably what set up the conversations here, but Trump posted this. I have long informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their iPhones that will be sold in the United States of America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or anyplace else. If that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the U.S. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That was May 23rd. 80% of Apple products are made in China.
Correct.
Which is a massive number. And that, to me, we'll play the audio from Trump and Tim Cook in just a second. But I have an iPhone. Do you have an iPhone, Spike?
I do.
You have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Laura, do you have an iPhone? We all have iPhones.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm rocking a 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I think that might even be a 6. That's nice.
That's good.
Yeah, what iPhone are they even on right now? Are they on like 19 or 18,
I think they're 16? They're still 16, I think.
16, jeez.
Yeah.
I think I'm on a...
It's like Seasons of
I'm
Survivor.
not 16, I'll tell you that.
You know?
Eventually we'll get Super Bowl numbers.
Oh, and Roman numeral iPhones.
Yeah.
Why do they keep going by number? It's just like, how high is the number going to climb before? It's like when we get to iPhone 100, they're like, all right, guys, this is getting ridiculous. Let's just call it something else. Just call it iPhone.
I don't know. People love the newest, latest,
There's
greatest.
a new one every year.
You bet.
Every year
and
there's
the
a new
different
number.
iterations, the Max, the Pro, the whatever.
Ugh.
You know.
Anyway.
Does it call people? Does it look things up? Boom. Can I take a picture? Great.
Can I? Yeah, exactly.
Can I surf?
So you guys, I don't know if you guys had the same feeling, but I have always been slightly uncomfortable with the conditions of the workers in China who make these Apple products.
Okay.
You've probably
fair.
read those same stories that I
Sure.
have. Essentially, these sweatshops that many of these people work in,
Yeah.
they have like an indentured servitude in some of these places.
They actually have, they build sleeping quarters.
You live and you work.
You eat, sleep, live, work,
Eat,
die
sleep, live,
at
work.
the Apple
Yeah.
plant. Yeah.
And it's not just Apple.
No.
Many technology companies do the same thing. It's the cheapest place for the labor.
It's a low cost of doing business.
Companies are going to go where they can get their product the cheapest.
Yeah.
So they made this announcement yesterday at the Oval Office.
To make 19 billion chips for Apple in 24 factories across 12 different states. We're committed to buying American-made advanced rare earth magnets developed by MP Materials. They'll be significantly expanding their flagship facility in Fort Worth, Texas. We're also thrilled to work together on a cutting-edge rare earth recycling line in Mountain Pass, California. And I'm pleased to announce that very soon, this is for the first time ever, every single new iPhone and every single new Apple Watch sold anywhere in the world will contain cover glass made in Kentucky. In addition to the American manufacturing program, we're also significantly growing our investments in AI, including expanding data center capacity in North Carolina, in Nevada, in Iowa, in Arizona, and Oregon. So we're going to keep making investments right here in America. We're going to keep hiring in America. And we're going to keep building technologies at the heart of our products right here in America.
So this brings their investment over the next 4 years in American manufacturing, which I think we can all agree is a good thing, to around $600 billion. And for all his troubles, this was funny, as he's thanking him for this new investment, Trump decided to take a little shot at Tim Cook. Yeah, this was funny.
I want to thank Tim Cook. He's a great man, a visionary, a businessman, just about every quality he can have other than athleticism. I don't know. I'm looking at him. I'm not 100% sure about you. You're a good athlete. I'll bet you're pretty good. I think he's good at everything, but I want to thank you very much, Tim. Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
You don't find that funny?
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So, by the way, I won my golf tournament again this weekend. I don't know if anybody knew that.
What do you think about this? I mean, it's good to bring more components back to America. That seems like a good thing. I don't think this means they're going to turn off the spigot of money coming in manufacturing coming in from China.
If you built every element, every component of your iPhone in America, it would be a $4,000 iPhone.
Sure.
That's just the economics of global.
I think
the global
$3,500 is
marketplace.
what I saw. Very expensive.
I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, to be honest with you. I really do. There's the chip manufacturing, great.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a lot of jobs. There's jobs at construction chip manufacturing plants. Then it becomes all robotic. So there's
those are still good. It's still a big investment. That's going to be in Utah and Texas.
I get it.
That's a good thing.
I'm most troubled. I think this is all to avoid tariffs, which is why he's bringing these jobs. That's okay.
That's a good thing. He said, "Hey, if you're gonna sell these products to Americans, and this is stuff that we could make here, and you're choosing to make it under less than desirable humane conditions in another country, but you're going to still be headquartered here and sell your products here."
They're still going to do those less than humane conditions in China.
But if you're not even going to let Americans participate in the manufacturing process of that, then we're going to slap a tariff on you.
I get it, but
or build here. And that would be great. And now he's done that.
Yeah, I know. But what I see in this, and again, maybe I've got TDS, but what I see in this is a lot of, first off, the CHIPS Act of the Biden administration already put most of these processes into play. This that Apple's going to build chips here as well is not like groundbreaking. While they may turn a couple shovels, there was already incentive to eliminate the foreign dependence on the chip supply chain. That was a national security issue. We found that out during COVID when we had those sudden couldn't get chips, you couldn't build stuff, you couldn't run stuff, couldn't run your whole defense system.
Where's that chip manufacturer? Is it Taiwan?
Taiwan's the world's leading manufacturer of microchips. Yeah, but to the
that's
point,
pretty wild to read into. Have you ever read into like how precise those?
It's
machines are.
It's robotic. It's not a lot of guys standing on the assembly line soldering chips together.
Yeah, no.
I get it.
It's microscopic little. It's crazy. Yeah.
So my point being, I get it. $500 million investment. That's fantastic. Okay,
that's great.
It's a pledge, and I hope it comes to be the case.
$500 billion.
Half trillion.
Yeah, $600 billion.
What scares me is the investment in AI. In AI, in super electrical,
Unfortunately, you can't stop that. I'd rather that happen, but I will say, I would rather that happen on American soil than in China.
I would rather happen somewhere else. It's horrible for the environment. The power, the electrical draw of water, of electricity on the power grid.
But aren't we going to do that in a better, more climate-friendly way in the United States because we have higher standards than they do in China?
I hope
so. This can be better for the environment.
So, but when you talk about putting these big facilities, this rare earth recycling in California, horrible for the environment. That's kind of stuff I would rather see them do overseas somewhere.
But
maybe I'm just selfish in that regard.
It all gets in the same environment, right? We're one Earth.
Yeah, but it doesn't kill the neighbors in the next county if you do it overseas.
It all affects the environment, yes? So why not do it in a country that's going to treat it in the best way possible?
That's a valid argument.
And why don't we get some of those dollars in here, create some good jobs here too?
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the great glorious news they're proclaiming it.
The worst thing would be if they just continued doing it in China and we didn't have any of that money coming in here in America, and they did it poorly environmentally in China, not caring at all about the things that we seem to care about.
Solid thinking I can't argue with.
We'll see how it plays out, though.
Yeah, I hope it goes great.
Could be a disaster.
Could never happen.
Could never happen. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The Seahawks are back.
In front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this?
Back of the end zone. Touchdown! Seahawks! Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
It's summer, and there's no better time to protect your home with help from the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. With years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled team delivers exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Check out their website. Check out the reviews. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Call Integrity at 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or online at integrityrc.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Contractors and heavy equipment operators, get ready. The James G. Murphy Auction Company presents one of the biggest heavy equipment auctions of the summer. On the auction block, we've got 13 excavators, including a 2018 Komatsu PC 238 USLC-11, a 2015 Komatsu PC 138, and a CAT 308 mini excavator. Also up for auction, a 2020 Komatsu WA 270-8 wheel loader, a 2017 John Deere 317G skid steer, 2 backhoes, and 3 rollers. Looking for trucks? Choose from over 100 options, including a 2017 Kenworth T880 with a wet kit and 4 Vector trucks. And if you're in need of contractor's equipment, we've got a massive assortment for you to choose from. Bidding starts 10 a.m. Thursday the 7th and starts closing at 10 a.m. August 14th. And don't miss your chance to preview all items August 12th through the 13th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Marysville location. For more information, visit murphyauction.com. That's murphyauction.com.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to UP Refuse and Recycling.
Hey golf fans, Jordan Babineau here. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at the 2025 Boeing Classic. Come see Masters champions and Hall of Fame golfers battle it out at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, August 8th through the 10th. Bring the whole family and check out Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Plus, celebrate 20 years of the Boeing Classic, supporting the Benaroya Research Institute at Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. It's more than just golf. It's an experience you won't want to miss. August 8th through the 10th. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BlowingClassic.com for more.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we got a bunch of text messages, fun stuff to read. Let's get right into it. Laura, go for it.
On Jake's sweet revenge this morning on a fellow driver, C in Arlington says, such a kind gesture, Jake, allowing people into your lane.
Thank you, C. That is very nice. To be fair, it was yesterday. I have to clarify. It was not today. It was yesterday. But I felt like doing it again today. Go ahead, Spike.
Lori in Bellevue says, Jake, I 100% do this with my bus all the time. And capital letters. People will spread out to close the gap.
Speed up.
When I speed out, when I try to merge. So if I do manage to merge in front of them, after they lay on the horn, flash their lights, and flip me off, I let everyone in just to pay them back. It feels so good.
It does feel good. It's really petty, but it is like it's an instantly gratifying gesture.
Yes,
it's
it is.
really nice. And I think it's better than just flipping somebody off. On raising ferry fees, Rich in Gig Harbor says it's also unreliable on timeliness.
Yeah, that's true.
And David in the 253 says, we visited the peninsula and I just wanted to take the Narrows Bridge for $5, but my group wanted to ride the ferry for $18. It's cheaper to drive around when you're going to Bainbridge, Bremerton, or Kingston. The ferry only makes sense for Vashon and San Juan.
Very interesting.
On Chat GPT's dangerous suggestion for teens, Jesus says dumb phone and computers stay in the family room.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up. We had one computer and it was in the living room and the screen faced everyone.
Same. Yeah, everybody could see it.
Everything that comes into your kid's computer or phone, it comes from anywhere on Earth. And you have no idea where it's coming from or who's sending it.
253 says, I really enjoy listening to your show. Thank you, 253. And respect your opinions about technology. With young ones at home who all have iPhones, my opinion is you cannot keep them away from being exposed. To me, it's a lot like choosing to teach abstinence or choosing to teach safe sex practices. In our home, it works for me to teach media literacy. I spend my time teaching why they should just not want to peruse, as opposed to teaching that they just should stay away from it. Just take time, just my take, and what works well in our home. Very interesting, 253.
Yeah.
The problem is that, they're kind of trying to now sleep with these computers. It's getting very creepy. So this abstinence education and technology, that's a joke that didn't really land, but thank you for it. Thank you, 253.
On student loan debt, Maximo on the YouTube live stream says most of these kids will graduate with $200K in debt only to realize their job is now done by AI.
That is happening.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
Think about that. You study for 4 years, $200,000 in debt, and then they just tell you, we just had that story the other day. Microsoft put together that list of all those jobs.
Which are going to be AI.
That are just going away.
Yeah. If the government subsidizes the development of AI, shouldn't the government then forgive student loans if your job is limited by AI?
No.
Okay. Just throwing that there.
Yeah.
See if we looked it up.
I disagree.
Jesse B says, one thing that my dad made sure was clear was that I need to pay on my loans while going to school. Otherwise, that interest exponentially increases your debt. And you made that point earlier. You sacrificed everything to get that debt eliminated.
Yeah, I think when I finished college, I think I was somewhere, and this is in the early 2000s. I think it was 2007. I was like $60,000, I want to say, in debt. It took me 5 years.
Wow.
And every little bit of extra money I had, I was broke for half a decade trying to pay this thing down.
Commendable, though, buddy.
But there's people who hold on to college loans for decades.
My sister still has.
Zero? Still?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And she makes a great living.
It's
and
crushing.
She's never missed a payment.
She should pay those down. Yeah, she should pay those down. It's tough. On the summer drink, $23 smoothie. Unicycle Mike says, if I'm paying $23 for a smoothie, I better have some psychedelic effects or something. Absolutely.
On nominations for KIRO hosts, we can prank by wrapping their desk.
Oh, yeah.
Hee-haw Aaron says, Ursula's birthday is tomorrow. I think this text just writes itself. Wrap it.
Oh, happy birthday, Ursula.
John and Bonnie Lake says, Curly's desk deserves it.
Oh, that'd be funny. I think he would probably be a very good prank target for a desk wrap.
John?
You know what you should do is you should wrap his no whistling sign.
Spike and I are both whistlers. You and I both whistle big time. We just just flows out of our hearts. The joy overflows.
Yep.
And so he brought in a sign and he hung it on the back of his chair, which faces our little desk area, that says no whistling.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with you guys.
No, he told me it was for us. He went and held it in front of my face.
Wow.
But I like him
Mike
so.
and Edmund says, Jake, you have brought this upon yourself. You are the target.
All right. Lisa says, for practical joke on wrapping a cubicle, I nominate my daughter, Julie Dallas. I usually get to play jokes on her, but I now work in Kuwait. She probably misses being surprised by me. Oh my gosh.
Watch out, Julia. Julia's on our web team. She's one of our writers.
You should have slipped us that one off the air. That's a great idea.
We should pass that along.
On the Bear Gulch fire, John and Seebeck says, huge kudos to the U.S. Fire Service firefighters. I have a cabin up in Bear Gulch. Very, very grateful. Also, you can lay down the Watch Duty app. You can download the Watch Duty app for current timely data. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the firefighters. Firefighter service.
Absolutely. I'm going to end on this one, on snakes and toilets. Courtney on the YouTube live stream says, you think a snake is bad? I found a dead squirrel once. That's awful.
But a dead
squirrel.
I have so many follow-up questions.
Shouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Where'd it come from?
I don't remember that.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow's Friday. It's going to be a great show. Come back for that. John Curley coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay,
Ooh,
deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5